Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Season 6 Grand Finols. Am I saying that right, Blue? Grand Finols here in week 5, I believe, of the season.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's definitely the grand finals.
Finols.
It's gonna be
Just rolls off the tongue.
Finols.
The Finols.
The finals.
We've made it through the whole season, Blue, pretty successfully. Pretty good rounds overall. Actually, I think 2 patches and a mini patch somewhere in between there for our newest City Crawl Prestige. I have my Prestige badge. I hope you do too, dude.
Yeah, I think I do. I don't remember. It's been a bit. I'm gonna need to check. I read the patch sometime yesterday. I think I do have the prestige badge. I haven't been checking enough, but certainly interesting changes. Definitely overall smaller changes, bigger changes. Regardless, we'll see what it entails for us in the finals.
Yeah,
The finals.
and the Finols, yeah. So the Finols here in our final week of the season is going to be the last games that go forward towards the $250 prize pool that we have all set up here. So that means that I believe we have the top 32 ready to roll. We're going to follow Group A as per the norm. And just to give you guys an idea of who is going to be playing for these points, we have in spot number 1 with an 8-point lead, Blue, which is impressive as hell. Quasar, 273, is leading the pack at 44 points over the course of this season.
Yeah, Quasar's absolute monster. I mean, we've seen him every week. Such a consistent player. A lot of the time, you know, he is in our top lobbies. I'm not surprised that he made it in. And so, you know, it's not just him as well. Aside from, you know, the 8-point lead, we also have a lot of players in the top 8 even that are quite formidable. Ceremonials, Memorig, I call him Cyrillics, I believe.
Hold my beer.
Someone did correct me. I believe corrected me. Yeah, I guess. And yeah, again, it's just quite a lot of names that are very good at the game. Jitch is on the 19th, managed to sneak it in this time, sneak into the top 32 this time. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how this will go about. Quasar is very consistent, but let's see if the consistency remains throughout the rest of the finals.
Almost took us into a ranked match. That would have been interesting. Standard private Group A. Starting now here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, our top 8 there should be the top 8 here in game as we get on into it. I am not a spectator. What's going on here?
You forgot to spectator mode yourself, I think.
I guess I did because I really don't want to play this.
Uh-oh.
I
You're in a lobby full of lords.
I am not a spectator, apparently. Fun!
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be grand finals without that. Can we notify for a remake?
Yeah. I was about to say, you're not in spectator mode at the moment.
Did I kick someone out then? Who did I kick out?
I think you did in fact kick someone. Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that game. Boop. I was not a spectator. Blue, you're a spectator, and past 376 became a spectator because of all that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Good times, fun times.
We'll get this sorted.
You know what? I knew that this was gonna happen once. I just didn't expect it to happen here. Asian. Please, Asian or Zek, somebody.
So at the moment, FCJ, you're still not spectator mode on the.
I can't reconnect as a spectator. Can I?
Have you left the match yet? Like on the bottom right, you should leave the match twice. There you go.
Oh. So we're the only ones out of game. Everybody else is in the game.
Everyone else, I believe, are not.
What a great
Oh,
start.
there it is. Now they're coming back out.
I need to throw out big apologies to whoever I kicked out for my slot. I thought I had clicked all the buttons, and like I can't check during the pre-game, unfortunately, because we were doing too many other things. So that's my bad. I will take all of that. I just wanted to play with the Lords, man. Like I see them week in, week out. They're so good. Wanted to see how I measured up.
They're absolutely amazing. I would love to play with them as well, but I would struggle to keep up. But of course, that's why they're here.
Send my apologies, please. Whoops. Okay, so while we have a little bit of time, we're just waiting for the last few check marks here. We are clear as soon as they are ready. I am just waiting on ready. Who is this past 376 person? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He is the person you kicked out of the lobby, I believe.
Is he on the scoreboard?
Yeah. He is, I believe, on the scoreboard. He is.
Oh.
Yep. So if that is, I think that's Jollik. Pretty sure that's Jollik.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go with it's Jollik, but I am now correctly a spectator this time.
There we go. It's working.
Right? Yeah. I was like, man, why the hell am I playing the game? Whoops. Okay. Had to happen at least once this season, I suppose. But we are here. Blue, the first game, round 1 of, I believe, 4 today for these grand finals. And as we said, Quasar. I'm pretty sure the .tv, is that? It's actually Momo Ring. Okay, cool. We got Den, Sec, CCEK, I'm believing is Cyrillics.
Yes, I'm
medium
pretty
base,
sure that it is.
explain glucose and pass 376. So one of these guys is Jollik, the other is not. And we're into it.
Absolutely. Quasar explained open fording to start it out. And look at this. Actually, Mori gets a double hunter opening already. That's quite nice, especially this early. It's not going to win it, unfortunately. Not an early game squad, but it's a good setup going into when finally building a team. But yeah.
Momo Ring has double hunter? Who's this other hunter?
Oh, sorry. Momoring has the early game start. Past 376 is the one with the double hunter.
Yeah. It's like I don't see a double hunter. Oh, Bloodbound cap. Oh, actually doesn't go for it. All right, it's going for Akaya. So Akaya over a Bloodbound cap. Did Momo Ring have like absolutely no intention of running into an LC Rainbow? I wonder.
Momoring, I think, again with the LC nerfs, she's been nerfed a bit, time and time again. I think a lot of players have decided to move away from sort of that meta sort of strategy-esque, and that Kaya pickup sort of dictates a little bit that Momoring wants to either go mages or simply use it as an amplifier down the line. It's not like Blood Cap is the only item you can pick up in the game, so I can see why Kaya can be is a decent pickup here.
It's not the only, it's just a very popular one. But again,
definitely very popular.
This could be a shockwave of yesterday's patch notes because boom, Friday night, great time to patch, I guess, because that's what happened. It came, and Legion Commander got hit on pretty much every aspect of her, her base health, her damage, and I believe her scaling. Or maybe her cooldown. It was, I can never remember what the third aspect was, but all three of them basically got nerfed. And the supports around that, the healing, 5% nerf on that there as well. So again, could be a bit of a shockwave, bit of a knee-jerk reaction to not take the Ogre Cap that does typically so very well with an LC comp.
I know, not only an LC comp, but it does affect the Knights a little bit more as well, because at that point the Knights now also really require that healing, but with that healing nerf will obviously take a toll, especially that's 5% on every night, every time you heal, like Dazzle, well, Witch Doctor, that's quite impactful.
Let's see, that's Dazzle, Necro, Omni, Warlock. Yeah, those are the 4 healers. Plus, I believe the healing also affects, if you do have the healer alliance, would also affect things like Vlad's, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Right. Also, your Underlord would not have that extra 5% amplified healing either. So, yeah, 5% on everyone adds up quite a bit overall.
Definitely. It looks like, ooh.
So, we do have one streaker. I'm never going to get tired of saying that. But Den is the only one at 3-0. opting to stay at 3 units. Not entirely too sure he's super worried about the streak. Doesn't go up a bit to protect it, but does have a 2-star Tiny as his front line.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he minds too much if he loses the streak here. Just trying to get a setup going here. It might actually win another one because of this tiny opening with the ogre.
It's Tiny versus
And,
Tiny.
It is in fact tiny versus tiny. The Shadow Shaman though,
Oof.
the Serpent's gonna make this harder.
Yeah, that's a
he's
done
not gonna
deal.
win this.
That's a done deal. Yeah, double primordial, just not enough this early on. Now, you want to talk about somebody that has gone up to 4 units. Let's go down to Past 376. Now streaking themselves into a nice early alliance synergy. Double
Yeah,
Heartless, triple Hunter.
I was about to mention this. Past 376 actually, as I mentioned, he opened with double hunters and now has pretty much the cookie cutter opening of a hunter composition. You run triple hunters with a punch, and then you go from there. And obviously, getting this opening is quite nice. Unfortunately, like it's not a hunter, so you can't abuse that as a swap in for the Beastmaster temporarily. So, well, at this point, the Draw Ranger, Wind Ranger, and the Beastmaster do a bit of damage themselves. So, let's see if Pass can keep the streak going.
Yeah, Wind Ranger has the Pike as well. 3 kills there. It looks like I would imagine the Beastmaster is the 4th addition to it. Having a nice Pudge Drow opener, especially if you can put like a Wind Ranger or a Weaver beside him, right? It's really nice early game opening, and it looks like it will suffice here. Legion Commander getting some nice true damage, swings in, actually gets the duel, and that's perhaps even the more important part as they draw.
Ooh, that's a bit annoying for Past 376 there. The streak is not going to break. I believe the streak maintains.
It does look like it's still
the,
there, yeah.
Yeah, but the bit annoying part is the Wind Ranger decided to power shot us. You're just auto attacking one more time, and that gave the Legion Commander enough time to auto attack the Wind Ranger. So again, a bit annoying there, but at least doesn't lose the streak, which is the more important thing. And I wanted to mention I don't prefer Weaver over Beastmaster here, especially since you have Drow and Wind Ranger as your backline. Weaver doesn't protect these 2 units, and Wind Ranger and Drow do decent damage, especially the Vigilant buff, although albeit the nerfs. So again, I'd much rather prefer Beastmaster, especially this early.
Yeah, and it's working out so far. All right, let's see if Pass can actually recoup that streak. Actually, it does have to deal with these Shadow Wards, but that's Razor. That's a 2-star Razor. That's a very healthy 2-star Razor on top of it as well. So that is unfortunate. Doesn't look like they were going to go too far with that streak anyways. So medium base is now sitting at 97 at the top there with Momo. Both of them sitting at 5-1. Both of them streaking. Which one do you want to go for?
We can head to Medium Bass. Your Medium Bass, I wanted to point out, is still running the good old Night Strat. In fact, has a Crystal Maiden as well for that Frostbite as well.
Has a Kaya too.
The one cost. Yeah, exactly. And the one Kaya as well, along with the Frostbite. It's an 8-second cooldown, freezes a target, so it's very nice. Just in general, especially in the early game, one less unit to deal with is quite a bit.
Look at these knights. They're just like a nice little diagonal of everyone getting the knight's buff. Luna has that Dragonlance in the corner, and the glaives are just bouncing. Look at the damage. Climb and climb and climb. So it's looking good here for base to continue that streak. It looks like Momo will lose it, question mark. Pretty sure at this point.
Yeah, one of them will lose this streak. And the best part about Dragonlance is I'm pretty sure the glaives are affected by it. Like, the glaives are actually global while Dragonlance is applied.
I mean, they completely are. You see him jumping like almost a whole quarter region here.
Yeah, the hero has unlimited range, which applies to everything. So I do like Luna. Dragonlance, obviously, Master Madness is still just better overall if you want to, improve on the damage output. But this early, especially when there's fewer units, infinite range bounces are pretty nice.
All right, so base does go up to 4 knights, 2 humans with that Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden was another unit affected yesterday by the patch. The knights actually split up a little bit here. So Luna in the back is absolutely not going to move for the knight bonus. So that's we'll just leave the 3 here on the front line to do their business. But it looks like it's going to be enough. There's no sneaky assassins or brutes to really curb down the power of these knights early on. And the CM 5 seconds on a level 1 Frostbite, and 5 more seconds, well, 5 still seconds, I guess, on a level 2 Blue. So it's she got a pretty decent buff for this early game.
Yeah, I mean, at a 3-star, she pretty much has an infinite frostbite, which is a bit spooky if you're the enemy team. But it's, yeah, Crystal Maiden got some decent buffs to her, makes her a lot more efficient, especially as a, I believe, 1-cost unit. So
Yeah, she is. She's a
yeah.
gray 1-cost unit. Nothing super fancy, but she gets the job done. Could be the new Bloodseeker if if all goes well. She's
Well,
really good
maybe,
against
but
Bloodseeker too. If you
ironically is literally strong better. Literally, she does deal with Bloodseeker, but I don't think she has the same staying power, especially since tanky units basically overwhelm her, especially in a lot of these fights. Speaking of overwhelming, past 376, I don't think we'll be able to deal with this. Hunters versus Knights and being a unit down, inevitable.
yeah, base sitting at 6 units. Does he actually have 6 units on the field? 4 Knights, 2 humans. Who did he throw in? 1, 2, 3. The Drow. Oh, so the Drow. He's
yes.
not in the Drow. Right. Must have
Yeah.
missed that. That actually adds the 2 Heartless, which is pretty bueno, and that means that base. That was streak complete. Yeah, that was 8-0. So he went 0-1 into 8-0, puts him at the top of the net worth now at 89 plus the incoming gold. Gonna hop over to Momo, who's still battling up against Quasar. Does get the win with the Primordial Summoners. And now we have our Underlords coming in. So it's anybody's game right now. There's no streaks, so lots of Underlords to come in instead. A little bit of a mix.
Ooh.
Some Hobgobs. Well, some Hobgins, I should say. Some Hobgins, some Essex. Good smattering of both. 1 Eno. Poison Eno for CCEK, who is running into Hunters. And then 1 Jewel for past 376, who also is running Hunters.
Yeah, we see a 4-2-1-1, 4 and E6 to Hobgin, 1 of each other Underlord. Not surprised. This is the spread of if every Underlord is useful in any given situation. This is sort of just the average spread. Obviously, you'd want to see like a 3-2-2-1, but that's not, you can't really hope that every game, especially when there is a specific alliance that's dominating a certain matchup. So, I mean, speaking of dominating certain matchups here, looks like past 376 will be taking this one quite convincingly against Glucose.
Well, convincingly?
Yeah, pretty convincingly.
That enthrall.
It did a bit, but unfortunately, it's not enough.
I was only on past 376 because they're the only Jewel player, but also if you highlight Jewel on the left, it looks like the animation broke. At least on my screen.
One?
If I click on Jewel and he comes up on the bottom left there.
Oh yes, he's T-posing. Perfect.
Pretty sure that's not supposed to be happening, right?
Listen, he's showing dominance, and that is all that matters.
Oh, Ito's so cute. I'm on CCEK, and he does the same thing.
He's T-posing as well. Perfect.
Well, I guess I'm on CCEK now, so.
Yeah. Well, at this point, listen, Eno's just showing dominance. He's the smallest. He has to show dominance. Well, he's dead. So that is not going to happen. In fact, CCEK will get cleaned up here quite easily.
Pretty hard, too. My God, that was not close. Oh, yeah, you like that, Mad King, Matt? Yeah, well, new patch, new bugs, right? All right, so we do have a nice spread, 95 down to 64, 30 points between top and bottom. But everyone's sitting about 7 units right now. You can see that everyone's paying a good amount of attention to their economy. I'm going to be on Momo, just since he's streaking right now. Has the 4 Primordial 2 Druid 2 Summoner now with a Lone Druid. That's pretty good, right? You get a Lone Druid in the first few rounds of it allowing an epic roll. You're going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite solid here for Mooring, but definitely going to have to transition out sometime. I mean, we see Summoners, so probably into Summoners, especially with a Lone Druid. Gonna be easier to transition into Savages. So we'll see.
Or
and
Savage.
Look at that LGC. Yeah. And look at the LGC buff. I wanted to mention again. There's so many Eidolons benefiting from it, on top of the summoner buff, like that's 120 damage, and I believe they were attacking at attack rate of 1.1 per second. That's a lot of damage over time. So
And
again, LGC Hobgin with Primordials is so good.
rank 2 Eidolons are actually no joke. It's kind of deceptive for some of the newer players. It's like, oh, an Eidolon. Oh, I would have expected, like everyone to spawn 2 of them when they died at the max, but it's a rank 2 Eidolon after that. So, yeah, they are no joke. They do not hit like a wet noodle as you might expect. So, something else to just curious. Keeper of the Light slotted in for Momo, but even with the druids and the summoners, right? He got a lone druid before a Lycan. Like a Lycan lone druid is like
Yeah.
the de facto comp to go for a summoner build. But he got it before a Lycan. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps he vetoed Lycan here just to get the 4 Primordials. Obviously, the IO doing so much work, especially if you're pairing it with an Arc Warden. I mean, yeah, the Coddle is a bit strange as well. Maybe just trying to get mages down, but I mean, at this point in time, his composition is doing a lot of work here, but the Golem, gonna say otherwise because it's not gonna be. Oh, it's not actually gonna be enough. There's just so many Eidolons. This Arc Warden, dude. Oh my lord.
2-star Eidolons are 900 health, 100 damage, and with the buff, just over 1 second DP attack rate. Yeah, and the Crystal Maiden, who was Momo just fighting?
Oh.
Base. The 2-star Crystal Maiden with Akaya. I know that there's a thing in front of this. Does 150 damage per second for 5 seconds times 20%. You come back to Momo. You look at this Keeper of the Light. It straight up killed the Keeper.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light is not
800 health.
Yeah, yeah. it's unfortunate, but it's just a sad reality of a Coddle. It's just not a very good unit at 1 star. It's been nerfed consistently just to basically stop it from one-shotting teams entirely. And I don't think the 3-star Tiny was a good idea here. It might still work out in the end. Never mind the Bear is enthralled. So that might be punishing here. There's not enough Eidolons to really compensate for this. The Bear is still in a dance party, but the Eidolons, again, are not affected by LGC. We're not procced in the first place, and these spiders, being very annoying for the Hobgin, will get popped. The Bear hits so hard.
Wow.
Yeah, the problem... I'm not quite sure if getting a 3-star Tiny was the play, because now he's not getting enough Primordial Eidolons to bother people on the board.
Well, yeah, that's a thing. So, all right, Momo, you had a good run. Not streak complete. Let's hop over to Quasar, and we're going to have to start looking at the lower end of the spectrum here soon, since it's almost 50 health between top and bottom, ladies and gentlemen. But Quasar streaking has himself 3 magic, 2 summoner, and the 2 savage. Slightly different than the Eidolons there of Momo.
Yeah, it looks like, again, the Summoner build is doing quite decent work, but eventually down the line, that the problem will be that they need to transition out. Speaking of transitioning out, Quasar is stuck in his corner, gets Coddle blasted, and the efficiency of that gonna do some work, but Friendly Fire as well, gonna obliterate a lot of units, but that's what Eidolons are for. You cannot simply shred them to bits without really double tapping, shall we say.
I like the idea of the double Razor. He has 2 2-star Razors, looking for a 3rd here for the 3-star on Quasar, but his bench is just chock full of doubles. As my good friend Ekimik in the chat likes to say, hey, you going to Paris? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's a nerd.
I mean, at this point, the Druids, I'm not sure Tree Protector is the best choice. He already has Magnet. I don't know why he still benches that. Maybe perhaps looking for specific combination, but he is our top Lord going into the finals, so maybe he knows something I don't. I'm just not sure if you want Tree Protector anymore. Fighting Explain here. Explain running that Knight already has a Necropost and a Shadow Shaman with a Troll buff, but I'm not sure if that will be enough. The Razor's gonna do a lot of damage here. Leash Commander gets instant dual win, gets a Demon buff as well, so he's gonna have a lot of time to do some damage with a Low Druid Bear, gonna root him down. The Friendly Fire as well, gonna get traded, and all the healers, the only one standing, the Golem gets rooted as well. This Bear is doing a lot of work, and unfortunately, not enough for the side of Quasar. As, there we go. Or, sorry, the side of Explain. As he will not be taking this one.
Oof, minus 11 feels bad. Mad King Matt coming in with the next level puns. I bet his favorite fruit is pears. Yep. we're making a good amount of fun here at Quasar, but he's going to be starting to build that streak back up. You want to go to the top one more time, or you want to start looking at the bottom rungs here, Glue?
So it looks. I mean, I'd like to look at past 376. I thought his hunter composition would transition well, but looking at the board at the moment, it's not looking very good here. The Templar Assassin, new addition just to get that 4 vigilance up, but I'm not sure if this is working out very well, and I'm not sure it's because of the hunters. I think, yeah, I mean, looking at the board already, I can see it very easily getting overwhelmed. It's a Troll Warlord just to get that warrior buff, but this is a bit of a strange setup for past 3-7.
1-star Pudge at round 17. That's not a front line.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's not a front line.
I mean, it can still tank better than some units, but definitely not the best tank in the world, especially if you want to punch, because that's all he does. The push forward, the Storm Spirit gonna jump to the back as well. The Wreck Whip, the Photo Blast is surely gonna decimate a lot of these Hunter units, but that's where Assassin actually manages to get the shield up, but will not matter. The arrow gonna connect as well. The mage will collapse inward. The Troll Warlord looks like it did a lot of work, but it gets blown up by that friendly fire as Coddle survives.
Yep, no CM to shut him down this time. Feels bad. So it wasn't an overwhelming defeat that time for past 376. Actually, he's going to swap corner comps over to the other corner. That T-posing Jewel supposed to be in that front line, supposed to be adding that grit to allow the hunters to do their job. But 1-star Pudge, 2-star Slardar, and then it's like, what, Beastmaster, I think, is your next toughest unit after that. It's feeling a little bad. Actually swapping out the Slardar, going Voids! No more Warriors! The Warriors' days are done. Past is just going to double down with the Heartless Voids and just, I don't know, pray to whatever gods they pray to.
Ironically, he still has 2 Warriors on the board, Troll Warlord and the Punch, so I'm not sure if that was the best idea in the world, but definitely the Void buff going to be helping out here. Power Shot going to connect with the Templar Assassin as well, going to get picked off because of the Vigilance buff. The stun from the Nyx Assassin actually ravages the entire enemy team, and I think that's enough time, but for this team composition, for Glucose to do the job, and past 376 will take quite a bit of damage here.
Another 9. Yeah. Not looking so great on money either. If you see his coffers past 376, if he's going to 9, he's either already done it or he's a far cry from it. We should be starting seeing some 9s across the board here soon. CCEK actually sitting at 7 units right now. I'm going to pop over to his battle since they're still the only ones fighting out, and it looks like he will take it with his Druid Brutes. But Momo's already at 9. He's streaking. 93 health is actually becoming a very scary lead over his opponents at this point. Momo's sitting at the top with what, 30? Almost 30 health between him and second place.
He's transitioned very clearly into mages, and I actually appreciate that, using the Primordials as a stepping stone. I mean, this is a classic build, Primordial mages, but definitely playing it properly, getting that setup from Primordials into mages is not easy, especially in the current meta. We'll follow 376 continually for this at the moment, but we don't even have to leave. Another Primordial strategy coming our way. Looks like Quasar will be his opponent. We'll try and contest this with the Voids, but the Sorcerer Bolt going to jump to the back as well as the Morphling as well, doing a decent bit of damage. But the Coddle will be the important factor here as a punch, and the Jewel in the front line actually going to buy some time here. The Coddle Blast actually only going to connect on the punch and the Jewel, which is not that great because now the arrow's going to fly through, but the friendly fire going to trade a bit here, but Templar Assassin going to be perfectly fine. But I'm not sure if it's going to do enough damage. The Root connects on the Wind Ranger. Arrow connects as well on the Lone Druid. The Bear, though, if it gets one root off this, Murata is dead, but it never gets it. Murata is actually still surviving because the Bear is not rooting. What are you doing, Alfredo? As he gets the kill, but the Eidolon makes it a victory for Quasar.
-1. I mean, if you're going to lose, you might as well try to lose by as little as possible right there. So, yeah, all right, good stuff there from Past. Still not out. The rest of the board is starting to sink a little bit lower here as he gets himself a 2-star Void Spirit. Take a quick look at all the rounds. Since we are here at round 20, this is where we typically, again, start seeing people thinking about 9 units and then trying to finish up some of these comps. There is one noticeable medium base build with a Scaled, and with 2 mages still in the running. That seems like a pretty good strategy for the long run. Your mic, your mic, my bro.
Yeah, base, pretty solid composition going to the late game. Again, past 376 against Explained here is running that Knight with a Troll Warlord actually. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Explained will be winning this one as well. Another player down at the bottom now is at 14 HP.
There is something of a saving grace right now going on for Past. He has that 2-star Troll Warlord. So he picked up the 2-star in the last 2 rounds, and he has a second Faceless Void on the bench, which means I'm pretty sure Past, since he's sitting at 0 gold, is not really looking for any econ right now. He's just looking for the desperate survivability that kind of digs into you at the very end of a game. But one more Faceless Void between him and the 2-star Troll Warlord, that could actually buy quite a bit of time for these hunters to do their work.
He's offered a Butterfly as well. If he's feeling lucky, Punk, he can try. He gets double Enigmas, unfortunately not running an Enigma anymore once that Templar Assassin or that Faceless Void doesn't get either. But I want to jump to Explain here a little bit, because Explain has probably the most budget Knight Cup I've ever seen. Only one buff of Knights, some sort of, I don't know. There's just not enough tank here. There's not enough damage either.
One-star Legion? Hello?
Yeah, Explain has actually nothing on his board. We'll see if he's able to pull off something against Den. Den, again, also one player in the bubble, so definitely not like a hard composition compared to everyone else, but has a Medusa Stone Gaze will apply, but the Dazzle's not looking that way. He's still gonna die though. Duel gonna come out once. We'll see if the push forward will be enough. The Stone Gaze was ignored, and in fact, it looks like Den will be losing. The Legion Commander did in fact do enough here. Enthrall's not gonna get it killed, and the Draw Ranger did not focus it down.
Hello? Wait a second, is this the world's strongest 1-star Legion Commander? 31 kills on a 1-star!
Yeah, it's managing to do some work, especially at a 1-star.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The 4 trolls with the Troll Warlord comes in second there with that Silver Edge on top of things. Do you think Explain's even in danger of going down, or should we hop over to Den, who's basically on the precipice there?
I think we should follow Daddy here.
Alright, well, goodbye, Rainbow. Hello, Heartless Hunters, but 5 instead of 6 Hunters. Looks like there was no antlers to go for Den this round.
Past 376 will be his opponent here. Den, riding Measurable Void. We'll see how much damage he can do. Chrono Cube gonna land on so many units here. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough though to hold the Hunters. In fact, it will, because the Medusa instantly died. And look at these Hunters melt the Void Spirit in the back. Punishes so hard the no frontline composition of Den. And he will be the first one out. Explain is still fighting against Quasar here. We'll see if Quasar is able to eliminate Explain. Explain is actually pushing forward. He wins this one against Quasar. Deals 10 damage against him.
Pretty good. Momo up at the top, 71 health, is about to get crushed. What did we just tune into here? Medium base is going to take 17 damage from the leading player. Momo just a few rounds ago was sitting comfy in the 90s, is down to 54 here going into round 23. So we no longer have quite that gap between like first, second, and then the rest. It is starting to homogenize a little bit here as we pick up some 2-stars for Momo, but we're going to go back down to the bottom since these are the kill shots. And Explain is sitting strong at 14. And I think one more win puts him on a streak.
In fact, it does. I mean, basically at this point, he can't afford to lose. Is against 376 here with this Hunter Warrior composition. Again, a Reaper of Death. And maybe perhaps the Void Spirit to simulate a lot of minus armor reduction as well. Gonna punish a lot of this DPS output. The Chrono Cube as well. That's a lot of time given for that Troll Warlord to do a bit of damage. The only that will go finally, as the Legion Commander will also follow suit. Unfortunately, Legion Commander, that duo only doesn't help anyone. There's the Golem actually trying to do as much damage as possible, but the evasion from the Marauder doing a lot of work here. The Butterfly prevented the Golem from doing a lot of damage at all, and just Anisix left means no bueno. As Explained takes 9 damage, Glucose also takes reciprocal amount. Medium Bass and CCSC still fighting. We'll see how this one is going. It looks like Medium Bass will be stomping CCEK to the ground.
By 11. Oof. All right, that's another Rainbow with 6. 6 Knights, no LC. But 6 Knights with the Warlock Healers definitely feels a lot more meta, so to speak. You could just imagine Explained. This fight is like, where is the Legion Commander? And he looks at the tab and he's like, where are the Legion Commanders? Because there's literally nobody else running them. There are no other Legion Commanders out there. Nobody's hoarding them. They're not on benches. He can't find it. And you know at round 24, a one-star Legion Commander is just a thing of what, pity, I suppose, at this point.
I think of sadness, the reverse of beauty, as Castle bounces through the BKB on the Marona, gives it some time. The Void Spirit and the Templar Assassin gonna jump to the back. The dual one is actually gonna be super effective here as Legion Commander survives at so little HP. The Warlock's gonna keep it healthy, but it's not gonna be enough. Aldina gets stolen by the Enthrall, and it's actually gonna burst down the Troll Warlock here as the Sand King bounces back and forth, survive that onslaught, and this 5-star Sand King doing a lot of damage with that Caustic Finale on top of that Burrow Strike. Explained, but fortunately, Legion Commander run ends here at 1-star Legion Commander was not enough. Glucose will now be the next we follow with a Sand King. And we don't see Sand King that often because probably one of the worst 5-star units, as Burrow Strike doesn't really justify its 5-star cost.
Okay, re-rolled. We got a refresher there for Momo. Heart at Taras coming in for CCEK. An Aegis for Glucose. Who's he going to put that on? He puts it on the Void. Now, here's the question. Does the Aegis refresh your abilities? That's what I want to know. Because if we can get a second Chrono Cube out there, that's a pretty big win right there.
Well, personally, I don't know because I've never used it because it's not
me
useful
neither.
enough. But we'll see. We'll see how Glucose wants. Maybe Glucose is running on the same theory that it gives him another Chrono Cube, but we'll see. Against CCSC here, running the Hunter, sort of a heartless composition actually. The Blacklight, a lot of minus armor, but Simulate actually does follow suit. Chrono Cube gonna land, buy some time for the Hunters here, but look at this, the push forward is just not gonna be enough. The minus armor might be devastating. The Chrono Cube is actually available again. His theory is absolutely correct. He does in fact get the Chrono Cube again, but I'm not sure if the Chrono Cube was the nail in the coffin here. In fact, I think the double Marauders with the double arrow is gonna collide with the faces of Necrophos and Heartless Drow Ranger there, as Glucose takes that win against CCEK, and his theory proves correct. Chrono Cube is nice.
Today I learned in the grand Finols of the Group A Season 6 Underlords Pro Challenge, Aegis on Faceless Void is pimp. All right, cool. I suppose you can put that on anybody, really. Who would be... Like, if you put on the Sand King, you're going to get double jumps. If you put on the Faceless, you can get the double cubes. You can put on, I guess, Medusa for double of hers, although that's kind of a little bit of a waste on Medusa, in my opinion. And an ominous gift to come out. Ekimik, welcome to the fold here for the Grand Finols. Good to have you, buddy. Oh, who are we watching?
Momoring. It's a bit... Momoring actually had 20 HP versus Glucose. I want to keep track of this because Momoring, again, our top dog, suddenly at the bottom because of this Primordial build, suddenly starting to fall off. Unfortunately, not being able to position out of it for a better composition. But the Conoblast gonna kill off all the Hunters. It's just Marauder left. Both Marauders trying to leap away to another game. But too bad, you're Glucose's team, and you're gonna get shredded right through, down straight to the grave, as Glucose will be taking 19 damage. Momoring clears that out very well. Quasar takes 13 damage from CCEK. Medium Bass and Pass 376 still engaging in mortal combat as Troll Warlord trying to do as much damage as possible, but slowed down by the sticking napalm will get picked off. And Medium Bass will take that win against Pass, and Pass drops to 3.
All right, that puts us into a top 5 situation. So if Pass can win one more round, might be able to grab a 4th place finish, but is looking pretty dire here at place number 5. Den went out first, Explain second, Glucose third, and you can see 2 of them. 2 players here with the Hunters and the Voids, and both not doing so hot in the rankings. Back up at the top, Knights with support. We got some Druid and some Mages, and some more Mages there with Momo. But let's see what happens to Pass 376 in a crucial round to see if it's 5th or 4th.
At this point, right now, pushing forward here, Pass 376 at 3 HP versus CCEK. We'll see if this is enough damage. CCEK actually going to pummel forward here. The Heartless damage is not enough. The Void Spirit just going ham here in the backline. Marana Arrow trying to connect, but the Barricade's going to eat that. Going to push forward the Eno. Going to survive as well, and it's looking like it's not going to be enough. It's getting quite close here, but the damage output for the side of CCEK is running minimal. It's just a Disruptor left, and it's not going to be enough. Double Marana going to be taking that one as 8 HP. will be removed from CCEK, dropped to 5. Quasar at 3 HP as well. Medium Bass, look at this. 3, 3, and 5.
Quasar got hit for 22 by the 10-unit streaking medium base. Oh my goodness. The 6 Knights have apparently just taken a commanding lead as Momo has fallen from Grays. Past 376 is now tied with Quasar. It's anybody's game for these bottom 3 ranks, but Momo just, I think, hit 10 right now, and they're the only players with the cash and the means to do so. Ooh, that's a 3-star coddle to come in for Momo. That is insane. All right, back to Past, back to Quasar, back to CCEK. This is going to determine our bottom 4 and our top 4 right here.
Yeah, past 376 here against Momoring. Momoring again, that 3-star Coddle is going to be devastating as long as he gets the ability off. In fact, Chrono Cube is going to help the Coddle here because that means he's unrelenting here. There's nothing to stun it, so the burst will be devastating. It hits very few units, so luckily for Fast 376, he has a chance. And in fact, with that Coddle Blast already being used, he has enough time to try to do some damage. But the Coddle Blast number 2 is going to come out here, almost going to pick up everything. But for Warlord, he has to survive here, but it's going to fall. And unfortunately for past 376, it's not enough. The Coddle just does way too much damage. The cooldown is way too low, and Mooring will take that against past 376. CCEK will eliminate Quasar in the meantime as Medium Bass survives against the ghost of past 376.
Quasar feels so cheated. Came into here with an 8-point lead over all competitors and got scammed out of 4th. Got hit for 22 into a kill range. And just before past 376 died, Quasar went out. So that's a top 5. That's a top 4 for Past. And now we're sitting here at the chop block for 5 health in round 29 for CCEK, the only player without 10 units and no cash to do anything about that.
How's that harder to harass on a tree protection? I'm not sure how effective that will be. Again, his damage output is very minimal. It's lacking. There's a Hunter composition here with a Lich. And Lich can only slow down targets, but against an actual mage comp, it's not very good. The Ogre gonna get picked off here, but not the biggest deal in the world. Gonna get pushed forward here. Remember, the Coddle gonna get static stored, but because that Coddle wasn't channeling, it doesn't really matter. Yes, the mage is getting picked off here, but the Coddle Blast, we'll see. This dictates the fight. And in fact, the barricades absorb all of that damage. The Coddle Blast number 2 is gonna be here in a moment. Just gonna buy a few more seconds. The Disruptor Silence actually gonna buy some time. The Coddle Blast is actually gonna be prevented here. It looks like the ghost of Momoring will not beat CCEK. Meanwhile, the real Momoring fighting Medium Bass here. Medium Bass's composition looking like it will remove Momoring's composition. The Coddle Blast gonna buy some time here for Momoring. He gets another round as 8 damage collides.
If CCEK had actually hit Momo right there, I think it would have been a bit of a more dire situation there. But that 3-star Coddle, not really paying out in spades at all. He picked it up. That's a 3-star tiny, 3-star Coddle, and the Coddle has a Kaya. It's going to be the Refresher Bear because of the Summoner Splash, but it's not working out too well. So, call it here, Blue. Who you want for the last round here?
Whose fault was that?
Who you want to watch?
Yeah, we will watch CCEK here against Medium Bass. CCEK, again, his composition, again, gonna struggle here a little bit against a few compositions, but Disruptor gonna carry him a bit. Running against Medium Bass here with the Knights and the Warlock, or say the Thunderhide Alpha trying to push forward as well, doing a bit of damage, but the Lone Druid and the Zombies actually gonna provide a lot of a support here. Unfortunately, not gonna be enough there. The front line is collapsing. The Hunter's gonna do a lot of damage here. Disruptor Silence again, buying a lot of time. The Endo, in fact, gonna be a massive distraction, but the Loon in the back, the Glaives in the bounce forwards, it's gonna be enough here maybe, and it will. Leech, Necrophos, and Disruptor, the only ones surviving at the moment. The Endo still available, still jumping around, but the Glaive finally connects, and it's not going to be enough. CCEK will take 11 damage. Medium Bass will make it a 1v1 against him and Mooring, and we'll see how that goes.
Why does clicking an ability give me a black screen with a golem in the middle of it? What is this? I accidentally I went to click a pepper and I clicked the Nessex skill and it blacked the whole screen. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Good job, Blue. CCK out 3rd. Leaves us with Medium Base and Momo. And Medium Base hasn't lost in, like, what, 6 rounds? 5 rounds? This is looking pretty harsh. I got Medium Base up, but it's the last fight. These are our top 2 for round 1 of Group A, guys.
Toss is going to be connecting the Ravage as well, going to buy some time versus this mage composition, the Silence. Also, again, just shutting down this Coddle, preventing it from getting a double Coddle Blast off the Sven. Going to get a God Strength off, but it's actually not moving because there's no Sven to move. It's going to finally get it through after the Tidehunter gets collapsed, and the Golem actually going to push forward. It looks like Mooring is unable to take this. The Coddle is just consistently shut down. The Healer is just going to keep the Sven healthy. This Cleave is going to do a bit of work. Coddle Blast again, but it's not enough. It's a bit too little, too late here. He gets consistently removed from the fight due to Disruptor, and Medium Bass will take that win for the first lobby.
Nearly got a second streak complete. 23-8 for Medium Bass and 284 net worth. Obviously, the net worths don't really paint the real picture here, but I believe last time I looked, people were about the 240, 250 range, but Bass all the way up at the top there. 284, really good stuff. 6 Knights. The Healers, the Warlocks, no LC in any comps except Explain, and strangely enough, he could not get a 2-star. So that Rainbow build fell short. The 6 Knights coming out real strong. A good splash here, just to point out, is the Scaled, and the Scaled got buffed a 5% in this patch. So we saw that there's magic. We saw that there's actually 2 magic players, and then the summoners and stuff in the top 5. Splash into the Scaled. Between the Scaled and the Knights, like, they just took almost nothing from those mages. So really well done, guys. That's game 1. That's Group A done. Let's take a look. Is there any other matches still rolling here, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to take a quick look to see if we can find anybody else to jump into, and I don't see any. Are all of them done? B, C, and D are done, and unfortunately, that's all I have on my list that are
I believe
online.
we only have 4 lobbies anyway. It's
Yeah.
our top 30.
So we're
yeah.
done. We're done. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That means that we will be tallying the points here in just a moment. But Momo, mid-game started falling apart with his comp, right? The summoners, the primordials, he splashed into the magic. You mentioned that you really enjoyed how he was able to transition into it, but fell flat in those last few rounds. Went from like 90 health down to 54 in the span of 3 rounds.
Yeah, and unfortunately, again, that's because there was just not enough. What is the term I'm looking for? His primordials did a bit, especially in the mid game, but he took a little bit too long to get to 6 mages, especially since his front line wasn't all that great. Right? Yes, he was running the primordials as his tanks, but that's not the kind of tanks you want going into the late game. You'd much rather have some sort of much beefier. Eidolons won't be eating your hits for too long, right? So again, probably wanted to switch out of something more more versatile. Maybe like I don't believe he had a Sword Spirit in that game, or did he? I can't even remember. Yes, he did have a Sword Spirit, but yeah, again, I don't think he was able to find better tanks, or at least maybe perhaps better positioning could have helped as well. Because again, that Coddle is your main DPS, and the Disruptor just shuts it down every single time. Mooring lost to Disruptor more often than not.
Yeah. Did fall a little bit short. Looks like we have the tallies. These were the league points going into today, and now we will remove them here for our Season 6 finals. In first place, obviously, Medium Base, coming in there with the 15 points, but Penka, Immortal, Cyrilix, Momo Ring, Ga?
Gyu.
Gyu?
I say Gyu.
Gyu.
Yeah.
I can never. Ixanum? I think we called him Ixanum. And Prostolo is our top 8 going into round 2.
Yeah, looks at first and second placers, of course. Mooring not too far off, can still definitely bounce back. Medium Bass getting that massive lead, especially versus everybody else in the Group B's, Group C's lobbies going into the second game. But of course, Immortal Pick 77 and Cyrilix hot on his tail, so he definitely has to continue working. And again, although Quasar got to got the most league points, currently sitting pretty at number 17. Again, just goes to show you that you can be good or bad depending on your matches and depending on how you want to play that matchup, right? So you have to be careful.
I've talked in the past about my previous associations with Ed Wiener, but Ed Wiener coming in sitting at 15th into the top 32. So for round 1, pretty good showing from him. Somebody I don't see on this list is Jitch. So I know he's been playing around a lot with like the Brawnies, I'm not entirely too sure. It's been serving him very well, so maybe he fell real short. Maybe he didn't even show up. Not entirely too sure. But he was on the top 32 list. Either way, don't see him. Whatever. We got the lobbies filling up. We're going to take a quick break here, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, round 2 of the Finols, Group A, and we'll see who can increase their points into a winning position. Be back in a few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Round Finols, Group A, Round 2, Blue. And it does look like everybody else is here and ready. I'm going to triple check that I'm a spectator. And so are you. Great, we are good. Everyone's ready. We can start the party because Round 2 has all the winners, or I guess actually all the top twos, right? All the top twos of our 4 lobbies here into Round 2 for Group A.
Yeah, absolutely. Our top twos from every lobby. We'll be fighting it out here to see who can maintain that consistency, right? Only one person will get that extra 15 points. The question is, will it be a second place or a first placer? Because if you're ahead, you will definitely get further ahead if you manage to pull that off. And if you are not ahead. If you are already ahead, you get further ahead, and if you're second place, you get that solid point lead, especially against some of these players who did get first place.
Medium Base got himself 2 Wind Rangers, 2 Bats, and a Nature's Prophet. So pretty interesting start. We do have a few synergies on the board. One open forder, Prostolo, was the only one that actually went down immediately. But there's a few Demons and a few Bloodseekers. Actually, only one Bloodseeker. There's another Warlock out there with Ogre Magi. And it looks like Medium Base falls.
Yeah, it looks like everyone is trying for a early game streak here. Again, almost everybody has decided to not open fort. I mean, it makes sense. Again, trying to get that solid lead going, just to get further ahead, especially in the start of the game. I'm not quite sure. We'll see what compositions come out. We might see a bit more mages again. Maybe we'll finally get to see some assassins, but assassins are so niche. I'm not sure.
Goo, one of our players here, Goo, I think is in this lobby. Yep, TDU Goo is the Gukester in our Twitch chat. Gets himself an anonymous gifted sub, and apparently that's bad luck for him. Zex, what did you do? Did you curse him? What did you do? Anyways, yeah, congratulations. Welcome to the fold. Another sub. Always good to see. Caster's Curse, the Zex Curse, any curse. 3 open forders that time. Immortal, Penka, and Prostolol. Prostolol's hanging out in Twitch chat and not playing the game. It's understandable.
AFK.
At the same time, we got Goo up here. Man, your name is super risky for us commentators. But Goo does go down 4 points, has himself a primordial start, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, Gu is fine at this point. Again, as we mentioned, triple open fording. A lot of players realizing that might as well continue the losing streak just to get more. And yeah, 2-star Arc Warden and 2-star Crystal Maiden already in the opening Mortel.
With a Kaya! With a Kaya!
Yeah, Momori gets that triple primordial. I mean, this is feeling like the same start for Momori and in terms for medium base. Again, the 2-star Crystal Maiden gonna be useful, but I'm not sure how useful against Arc Warden. That is also in fact 2-star. As again, these idolets gonna be a bit pesky, and Frostbite's a real one, but I'm not sure if that's
Look at that Frostbite damage. Oof.
Yeah, decent Frostbite damage, but all it's gonna be is a little bit of snow here. There's just too many Arc Wardens, so I don't think Storm's gonna be.
Yeah, but none of those
winning
are
this
the
one.
real Arc Warden, are they? Yeah, it was
yes.
-0.
Medium best 6-0 there. Obviously, just continues, gets a win coin versus a reroll. I mean, medium best literally gets a free reroll for that. So
Win coin.
there you have it.
That's a good way to put it. Okay. So we got 2 streakers up at the top, Cyrilix and Exanum. We did not see Exanum in our last round. He was in a different group, but placed top 2, got here. Has the Talisman, has some Primordials, and is looking to protect a 3-0 streak.
Yeah, absolutely. See how he goes about here is running double hunters and a crystal is against double hunters and a crystal maiden again. Medium bass running the crystal maiden, trying to do as much as he can, waste the crystal frostbite. So that's a bit sad.
Oh, that happened to me like 4 times last night as I was playing around with her. It's like, hey, there's a Razor with 10 hit points. I'm gonna put Frostbite on that instead of the Bloodseeker on my face. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, let me frostbite a target that's almost dead. Sounds like a good idea to me. I don't know about you. But yeah, medium S will take it anyway. That should be fine. That's Exanim's
Lost.
streak gone.
Yeah.
Memori is gonna continue his. Speaking of which, so is Cyrilix, gets a streak going.
What is Cyrilix even running? Ooh, is that a Pike? Oh, went for the Vanguard. Okay, Ogre Cap, LC, the beginnings of Knights, and 2 Ogres with some Trolls. I'm thinking we got ourselves a rainbow recipe.
Yeah, we might have it. He gets 3 Earth Spirits.
We could go Spirits instead.
Gets your Flame Spirits? Nah, I don't think so. I think Cyrilix is staying on this path of righteousness, strong word, but just path of Legion Commanderness. Triple Earth Spirit is not Well, it's not that it's not useful. It's just
You can
it's
be
not
frank here. It's not
yeah.
useful.
It's not useful, especially if you're not running spirits, and spirits are not very good at the moment. Basically, unless you're running mages, of course. But at this point in time,
They're so big.
Cyrilix will be fine.
Cyrilix's early Bloodborne with the demon will really work out well for a little bit, and is one of the only players at 4. Them and Momo. Looks like not Momo. Medium base. They were the ones at 4. It looks like Immortal's now up to 4. Prostel's at 4. So yeah, protecting the streak. It's a good way to go. That's 5-0 now for Cyrilix as they're coming in. Medium base? No, not medium base. Momo Ring sitting at 4-1, so they're at their first bit of a streak. And Immortal is sitting at 4-1 as well. So I think we'll stick with Cyrilix just for the streak, but it's not that big of a spread yet. It's only 20 points between first and last.
Yeah, I mean, by round 6, 20 points is quite a bit if you think about it, right? That's ridiculous. At 80 HP by round 6, you would see that by round 10 in a few people, but yeah, it's a bit rough by round 6. Obviously, Prostalol is open 40 until he gets the strat he wants. Pekka 77 though does actually have a team on the board, so that's a bit rough for him. But Cyrilix, as we see here, continues his streak, and he will continue onwards at 100 HP. I don't think he's lost yet.
Well,
I mean, with 100 HP, I'm sure that's...
he hasn't
yeah, that's
tied
true.
either. If that's what
Yeah,
you're going
yeah.
for.
Well, I mean, to be fair, right? You can lose without losing HP, a la the Summoner strat. So, you know, at least he hasn't lost a single game. So 2 more games and 2 more rounds, and he gets the complete streak. The question will be if he encounters Gyu, who... Look at this Gyu's board.
I
What
know, right? It's like
what
everyone
is
has like 3 or 4 alliances, and then the Gooster has freaking 7 already.
Well, that's because he's put 8 units on the board with a limit of 4. So I'm not sure
It's just funny.
that's how that works. But yeah, he's gonna be probably moving stuff to the bench here. Yeah,
There we go. All right.
but still quite a bit of alliances. Again, Rainbow Strat will be
It's the
useful. We'll see
probable.
if the Legion Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if the Legion Commander sustains that for the time being. Right now, Cyrilix will be engaged.
Prosto,
Yeah.
man. You gonna play the game anytime
Yeah.
soon?
Yeah, still open 40. Might as well.
It's just boom immediately.
Yeah. He is looking for something. Has a bit of knights. Is still not confident with his position. But again, this is one of those gambits where you wait too long. Your window of opportunity
Oof.
just falls apart and disappears right in front of your face.
Look at that damage.
Speaking of disappearing right in front of your face, that Weaver just disappeared as Legion Commander just pummeled it to death there. Cyrilix on a 7-win streak.
I was a little surprised that between the two of the Pike versus the Vanguard, we actually took the Vanguard and put it on an Ogre instead of going for a Pike here for Legion Commander. But I mean, that's just how it rolls sometimes. So Prostolol, no, that's Penka. Prostolol actually doesn't really look like his open forwarding is doing an amazing amount of things for him. He has 1 2-star out of all this. That might change here. Has himself a target buddy on top of that, and a Legion Commander finally being thrown into the mix here as well. So upside, 1-star Legion Commander wasn't giving away dual damage. Downside, it doesn't have any kills or dual damage itself. And Prostolol got himself a Necro on his board. Doesn't seem to want to buy it or slot it in. We'll probably buy it now. And I'm at the bottom. I'm on Prostolol for this reason, but it doesn't matter because we're against Cyrilix. So.
Yeah, regardless, Cyrilix will be fighting Prostolol here. We'll see if Prostolol is able to break this streak here. Again, finally unleashes his team after open fording for a bit, but it's not looking too rough. In fact, gives a 3 dual win to a Chaos Knight, and that's not what you really want to see. And Cyrilix will take that free win, and it's like he never stopped open fording in the first place.
We don't mean that like as harsh as it probably came out right there, Prostolol.
Yeah. Again, unfortunately, it's just not a very efficient squad at the moment. It's definitely still looking for stuff. But
we didn't mean it.
I don't know.
We didn't mean it. It just was funny. That streak complete for Cyrilix. Still sitting at 108 And 0, there are 3 Legion Commander builds. It looks like people are putting together between the Gooster, Prostolaw, and Cyrilix there as well. Next round will be Underlords. We'll show you a bit of an update, but this has this open voting definitely I don't think has really worked for Prosto. Let's go over to Exanum though.
Ooh, he got a Necrophos though. That's a
he
2-star
did.
Necrophos.
He did.
Pretty solid.
I met
Yeah, but
yeah, I met
X and him at the moment running the mages primordials. Actually has 4 primordials, so that's a bit nice. But I'm not sure how effective it will be against these hunters. Looks like it will do enough. The punch just eats the midnight pulse. Even though it does percentage-based damage, it is in fact magical, so it is still reduced a little bit. And these hunters will clean up very nicely for Penka here.
That drow lived because the primordial on it missed twice in a row.
Talisman of Evasion. It's not a game you play, man. Talisman of Evasion. Oh no, insects. Insects would do that. My bad. But yeah, that's still very good for Penka there. Gets a solid win. Keeps himself healthy, but Prosto again gets the Necrophos. Let's see if the bleeding stops here at 64 HP by round 10. Definitely not a sight you want to see. And looking at the spread.
Wow.
What? It's like we're wow. Are we?
Let's go back
are we
2
back to-
patches.
Yeah. We'll go back the Underlords patch because we only see. It's a Hobbit and an E6 only. It's like I woke up and Eno never existed. Very nice. As now we see Hobbit and an E6 on this board. Literally no Jewel. Literally no Eno.
Feels bad. Feels bad. I went down to the bottom at Prostolol because the 2-star Necro is certainly something to behold, but will it matter when you're just kind of surrounded by 1-stars?
As well as the Spirit Delta Slam doing a bit of efficient damage. However, still not enough here. It looks like the Void Spirit will go down before anything else. No, he will not get another Dissimulate down. And in fact, also will take that win. The Golem doing a lot of work there. Friendly Fire, I don't believe, was ever procced by the Hobgoblin. Died too early. So, fortunate for that.
All right, we made history here, ladies and gentlemen. Prostolol played a comp and won. Mark your calendars. This was the day that it happened. All right, let's stop picking on Prostolol. Let's go over to Penka, who is streaking 3-0, has barricades, some hunters, some heartless, some insects, and they're all nice and snuggled in that corner comp.
Yeah, at this point in time, Penka 77 at 78 HP is against Gu here. Gu running that Legion Commander strat. A lot of Legion Commander strats. I mean, it hasn't gone out of fashion, certainly, just because of those nerfs. But certainly just much more difficult. I mean, the Legion Commander is proving that it's still quite as tough, and in fact isn't gold stolen. So that'll be a bit unfortunate. The Golem is traded as well, but the dual win and the one-shot on the Shadow Feeds is just going to prove you wrong there, as that was a bit of damage.
I want to put this Golem on the farthest unit. All right, you can't. Okay, well, I'll throw it on the barricade. Sounds good, game. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. Good stuff from Penka, holding strong. The insects actually are still a pretty significant source of damage. Also those misses coming in. So survivability is its damage, and we got that enthrall with that Legion Commander, as you saw, just did a crazy amount of work. I will bet it's a 4 Heartless in the future, but Penka's sitting at 3 right now.
Yeah, at the moment, against Immortel, who is running that Vigilant Druid strat. I'm not actually quite sure what this is, but definitely has a Lifestealer. Definitely has a sort of pseudo early game calm position with the LGC Hopkin. Gonna be helpful. Mask of Madness is probably the key item here. Gonna be looking for that one down the line. The Luna doing a bit of damage. Just the Drow and the Wind Ranger will not do enough.
The revive.
Power Shot connects, but does not get anything else done.
Yeah, that revive was pretty good from Immortal. We haven't actually looked at Immortal, and you said, what is he running? It is double. Well, I thought he took an armlet there for a minute. It's the Druid Brutes, right? So the revive from the IO coming in, kicking that tree up to 2-star, and then the Brutes with the Lifestealer, who now also has a silver edge on top of things. So
You might actually want to go 6 Heartless here, judging from the Necrophos place down. It's not a bad build, but I'm not sure what he wants to pair with the 6 Heartless because you are limited in your options considering you are forced to have a Lich and a, I believe, Pudge on your build. So, well, we'll see. He is against Delta Slammers, so obviously the Heartless buff will help, especially if you can pick them off as fast as possible. But the Simulate one will come out, Sword Spray will jump forth, and Delta Slam will miss quite a bit, but the second one will not, certainly, as it does a bit of damage, but again, this minus armor is just so efficient, especially when picking off certain units. And looks like that will be the end of that, as the Luna, the Glaive Bounces actually did so much
Ooh.
damage there for Immortel.
Oh, brought back 2 more stars with that life stealer. So that hurts. Oh, that hurts. Link, how you doing, buddy? Link's back alley brawls tonight, I think, in 3 hours as well. Throws himself a subscription. 4 months. Welcome back to the fold, buddy. Always appreciated to have you here. That is something that we haven't talked a lot about, Blue. These Delta Slammers. It's a 3 magic, 3 spirit comp. How many times, I can count on one hand how many times I've seen spirits in Underlords Pro.
Well, spirits aren't a bad build. There is one of the solid ones to pair with mages is just the fact is that you have a lot of weakness, especially when you're squishy and otherwise. So you just have to be careful with your positioning and how fast you want to end the fight because they can definitely not last. They have to be as fast as possible. Delta Slam 1 will come through, and Delta Slams like that really doesn't help your case, especially if you need to Delta Slam to win these fights. And Thrall gonna come out here, steal a sorcery, but I don't think that's a bit of a problem, just extra damage there. And again, Memoring is running these spirits. Its spirits are not a bad build, it's just that Ember Spirit's not even on this team yet, so that's a problem.
Yeah, no Ember Spirit feels really bad, doesn't it? Went over, looking for the Earth Spirit. That will help survivability a lot there for Momo, but also did not go with a Morphling. If you are going to go into like a 6 magic 3 spirit, Morphling's pretty key. If you're not, then say la vie. Do you want to stay here? You want to go back to Immortal? Where do you want to go?
Prostalul at the moment at a streak, so
Okay,
we'll follow him
Prostalul
for a bit. Is running the Knight composition. I believe, yeah, the Legion Commander is still at 1 star, so not the greatest thing in the world, but does have a Stonehold Cloak, just going to buy it some more time. And it looks like we'll run over medium bats here, and from 0 to 100 real quick, Prostalul suddenly has a solid composition here with that Necrophosin back at 2 star, healing them up. And we might actually see it transition into the Night Strike here for Prostalul. An efficient one at that, as Gu drops a 38. Ooh.
1-star
That
Legion
is-
Commander with 13 kills and a cloak. What is with the 1-star Legion Commanders today, Blue?
Yeah, it's a bit
Even
rough.
even the Gooster as a 1-star Legion Commander. We have 3 LCs on board for 3 different players, and 2 of them are at 1-star. I'm on Goo, by the way.
Yeah, the problem right now is the fact that Gu just needs to find a 2-star Legion Commander, or at least get a couple of wins under his belt here. Gets a duel off, but gets a dual win at least. Requiem was also cancelled out here by just so many damage, so many sources, and the damage burst as well. A friendly fire gonna connect, and it's just so much damage. And this is the power of a Hobgin and a Mage strat. You obliterate everything. I mean, if you look at the damage charts, Hobgin was 2nd most damage, and that's what friendly fire does in a Mage comp there.
What is the crown on a Nessix? The crown on a Nessix is from Prestige, I believe. I
Yes.
want to say it's from Prestige because I have one and it definitely wasn't there a few days ago.
Yeah, it's a prestige benefit, I think.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's a visual increase of you've completed level 1. They said they were going to do things like that, so yep,
Yeah.
there you go. Cool stuff, cool stuff. So Goo getting the Zex Hex in place. He is sitting at 7 units, whereas majority of the top is at 8, you see. 31 health, and a good spread of about, what, 50 health between top and bottom. So into round 17, looking for this rainbow, has only the 2 knights, and the knights aren't even clumped here from the Gooster. So they're getting nothing. There is no night bonuses being toggled together here.
Yeah, they're separated a lot, but luckily the Legion Commander is considered a knight, so that won't be too bad. Disruptive Silence gonna buy some time here, especially against an opposing knight strategy. But the Bat Rider is stuck and will get eliminated. Look at that opposing Legion Commander, so gigantic, so powerful. And will just chop through everything. You stands no chance here. The Golem is just sweet icing on that delicious victory cake as 11 damage is dealt to Gu.
Cyrilix is the third and final Legion Commander player, and has a 2-star. You can tell the quality difference here. You can tell the quality difference. Prostalol is not. Yeah, Prostalol is. Oh, there is 4 Legion Commanders on board now. Okay. Prostalol lost. Shouldn't have clicked on him. Sorry about that, buddy. But has the 1-star. I didn't notice that there was a 4th Legion Commander in there. Momo, 1-star. So 1-star Prostalol, 1-star Momo, 1-star Gooster, 2-star on Cyrilix. So it's quite crazy how we are not finding Legion Commanders today.
I mean, if there's a limited amount of pool of Legion Commanders, so if 4 people are doing it, obviously it's limited. Obviously, the last game it was less justified because there's only 1 dude doing it, but in this game, definitely it's even harder. So if you can't find a Legion Commander last game, then certainly more harder this game, especially since Immortal is at 79 HP with a Master Madness not Legion Commander Luna, especially with Gu at 20 HP, needs to win this desperately. The Explosivo gonna land on the Omni Knight as well, gonna try and heal bomb the Legion Commander gonna get that duel off, but gonna get picked up. The LGC as well, look at how fast that Luna is attacking, currently attacking at 1.5 attacks per second. What a monster, as it just cleans up here against Gu at 9 HP now.
Immortal was dropped into the chat. We're going to swap over to him just to look at his board. He's never had a Luna this high kill count and has no pike. He's lamenting that pike quite a bit.
Well, it doesn't need a pike, right? Master Madness gives you a lot of attack per second anyway. That's 1 attack every 132 seconds, and that bounces 5 times. So that's still massive. Again, we'll continue balancing back to Gu. So, just in case, because at the moment Gu is not looking very good at the moment. Again, gets a 2-star Legion Commander with a Crystallis, so might be fine. But against the Spirit Squad, we'll see if the Spirits are able to do anything here. Gets the first Delta Slam off, and look at that actually hits so many luminous. That crushes so hard, and this is why Delta Slam is so efficient. Look at that second Delta Slam go as well. Legion Commander just gets forced back away from the Hoggen, and the Flaming Fire gonna do a lot of damage here. Look at the Legion Commander drop so low, but the Golem actually might turn this around, and it will. Legion Commander survives, and so does the Golem. So Gu will stay in it, as Mooring loses by the skin of his teeth that an E6, if it died a second earlier, would not have dropped that Golem.
I have to say, I really was leaning towards a Momo win there with those 2 triangles, but I guess just didn't have the oomph behind it to seal the deal. So the Gooster actually not in last. Funny enough, we'll stop cursing him this round and go over to medium base, who's has this brawny Hunter's Brutes Heartless. Okay, I know it's there. We go. Okay, we just got rid of them. There's the 6 Hunters. It's the last round for him.
He has 2 Crown of Antlers. He's against the fact against Gu, and Gu, this is probably his worst matchup. There's a Crown of Antlers on the Templar Assassin and on the Lifestealer. This Lifestealer triple attacks. Look at him go. Unfortunately, he is in front of a Legion Commander, so we will get bursted down. The duel will connect as well. We'll see if this Legion Commander is able to do much more. Actually gets picked off on both the front lines. Templar Assassin in the back doing a lot of damage with just the multi-attacks. That Legion Commander in the front is not going to be enough. There's not enough damage here for the side of medium bats, even those Crown of Antlers. Just not enough tank, not enough damage either.
2 crowns. You feel really good about that going into a Hunter build. You only need to pick up 4 Hunters. Had a Medusa with a Dragon Lance, and I was really trying to pay attention on that one to see if those split shots had infinite range, but they didn't. So that's a shame. But that will be our first casualty here of round 2. Medium base goes down. I guess we're back to the Gooster as a lot of items are going to be coming in. Mechanisms, a Vlad, a Butterfly, another Vlad coming through. Gu going for... There you go. Another Butterfly on top of things. So, round 21. 2 players now at level 9. Cyrilix and Penka. Kind of both different opposite spectrums of health. Here's our net worths. Here's our top 7 with 3 LC rainbows still in there. 6 mage. We got some insects and some spirits. And at the very first place is Druid Brutes. What a game. What a game.
Season of war.
Yeah, Immortal making his strategy work. And speaking of making strategies work, you will be fighting against the mages again with the spirits. We'll see if he can repeat his composition. Remember, he barely won that due to that golem doing so much work. Death Slam 1 comes out, Death Slam number 2 comes in, and where his team? His team is already dead. The Legion Commander didn't even get a duel off. The Chrono Blast cleans up, and Gyu did not even stand a chance. And the mages will take that one against Gyu, and that's what the power of spirits right there. If you can't shut them down, if you can't get the insta-gims fast enough, you will get swept under the rug.
Funny thing, Gyu actually won against Prostolol. So he takes 10 health off Prostolol as our Gooster will go out. That means he will be 7th place. And this has actually cleaned up the board a pretty good significant amount because Penka, I don't think we really talked much about Penka, but Penka's the only player still with insects out. He's down here, 18 health is the next one up on the Butcher's block, but there is 50 health from first to last. If Penka goes out this round, everything else is much more even.
Yeah, exactly. This after Penka goes out, if he does go out, the balance shall return to the rest of the players. But of course, Penka now has to fight Exanim, who is running that full mage strat with Primordials. We'll see if the insects is able to bother this. But remember, Chrono Blast and Midnight Pulse already removed this threat of the insects, but they're already pushing forward. The Ravage gonna connect on a lot of them. The Chrono Blast already landing, not very efficiently though, so maybe gonna fall apart here. The friendly fire will determine how much damage it'll do. Look at how much it does. It blows up a lot of the units, but I'm not sure if that's enough. Chrono Blast though, it will secure a lot, but it's not enough. The Void faces Void actually the Void Spirit survives, as well as both Wind Ranger and Necrophos. So if there's a little bit more damage, again, one friendly fire that landed correctly, it would have changed that fight. Penka 77 survives.
Well, Exanim takes a hit. Cerelix there took a hit there on top of things as well. And I think Immortal took a hit there on top of things. So we've shaved down the difference. Round 23, we'll just show you the tab here just so you're all in the know. But Spirits number 2 from Momo. But his net worth is very far down the list.
You cover me, and I'll cover you.
Yeah. At the moment, Penka 77 versus Momoring here. Again, the Delta Slams might come out here eventually. We'll see how well efficiently that goes. Delta Slam 1 doesn't connect on a lot of things. Delta Slam number 2 connects on the Medusa. That's pretty solid. The Chrono Blast goes awry, but the Delta Slam number 3 as well gonna get pulled off here. Friendly fire finally gonna connect, and Delta Slam number 4 as well gonna do some decent damage. And look at that, just a clean up through as all the spirits just completely discombobulated Penka 77 squad, and that will be a win for Momoring. Again, these spirits so elusive, so fast.
Okay, I just gonna go over to Momo's board. 2-star Earth, 2-star Earth, 2-star Void, 2-star Storm, 2-star Storm, 1-star Storm. There is a very critical component missing in this blue. There's no Ember. 0 Ember Spirits.
Yeah, who needs Ember Spirits when you got Storm, I guess.
Crazy. 3 Storms, 2 Earths, and a Void. Man. 0 embers in a spirit game. How terrible luck do you got for that? You don't need ember. I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Penka 77 currently running against Prostolol here. Prostolol at 26 HP. Penka 77. Remember when Prostolol was at the bottom. Now he's suddenly very strong here. Legion Commander doing a lot of damage. The front line's already being collapsed. The Void Spirit is shut down in the back. He's being bullied. He's gonna get pummeled. The Golem's gonna drop. The Abaddon as well. They're trying to push forward here. Now, the Medusa has to do a lot of work, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and it will not be. Penka 77, this is his last hurrah here, as Prostolol will kick him to the curb.
17, a little bit of an overkill coming through. Cerelix and Immortal going down as well. We got a streak coming through for Momo. I think that's, what, 4? It's about a 4 or 5 streak coming in right there. And apparently you don't want Ember Spirits, so okay, I'm gonna take that as you guys know better than I. But this is a first for me that A, I've seen Spirits at all in Underlords Pro, and B, it doesn't have Ember, so I'll remember that in the future. Thank you.
So Cerelix right now at 15 HP. Prostolol taking a bit of a toll again. Immortal actually lost, drops from that green health to 49, so it's perfectly fine there. But yeah, Cerelix at the moment We'll see how this goes about. Will be against Immortel now. At the top dog versus one of the bottom ones at the moment with the Ninth Legion Commander. We'll see if Legion Commander is able to do a lot here. Is silenced by the fact of that Chaos Bolt. But the duel is going to finally come out here. You're going to pick off the Legion Commander. A lot of the Serpent Wards actually buying some time. The axe on the left-hand side, not having to deal with it. Dump number 1 going to come out here, doing a bit of damage to the Legion Commander. In fact, trying to kill off the Luna as fast as possible. Might get it off, but no, the Aphotic Shield is going to keep it alive. Going to push forward, and then retaliation as the dump connects on the Golem. As unfortunately, for Cyrillics, is completely stomped. The front line was unrelenting, and the back line as well with the Luna not even killed off by the Legion Commander.
Exanum actually took the edge off of Momo's streak right there, as he actually lost against Prostolol and won against Momo, but Cyrillics was the one to get kicked out, puts us down at the chop block of Exanum, but we do have a top 4. These guys are likely to not all be moving on into Group A for the next round, but these are going to be your point getters for round 2 here of Group A. Round 26, Exanum with the 6 mages has himself 2 Scythes of Vice, and we got that refresher on the Disruptor as well.
Exanim trying to fight for his life here with his mage composition. It's not Memoring's mage composition, but it's certainly a 6-1. The Doom gonna come out on the Arc Warden, the Coddle Blast as well, gonna trade and look at how much damage it does. LGC buff gonna land here. Let's go crazy. Gonna try and do as much damage as possible. Friendly Fire gonna land. Friendly Fire number 2 gonna pop. But the Legion, but the Lifestealer so strong, so endurable, and this is what happens when you give it an LGC buff. It just eats everything for breakfast, and that's what just happened. Lifestealer will secure that win for Immortel, as a Lifestealer, doing what it does best, which is life stealing.
Steals your life, steals your points, steals your placement. That's a 2-star Legion Commander, which is a oddity to see at round 27. But Prostolol will finally put 42 kills and a cloak on a 2-star Legion Commander. May they actually survive with that. Back to Exanum, as this 3-star Arc Warden, I guess, it's just a dream, Blue. It never came to fruition.
Yeah, Exandim against Prostolol here. We'll see how this will go. Prostolol right now, a lot of very high cost units on his board. We'll see if that is enough. Coddle Blast will connect as well as the Explosivo, but it doesn't look like it kills anything. Morphin's gonna secure that kill though, and it looks like the Friendly Fire gonna be the nail in the coffin here, unless the Coddle Blast trying to do its best, but the Legion Commander still so healthy, and the Friendly Fire missed a lot. I think only 2 shots actually landed on anything, and that's probably the saddest thing I've literally ever seen, as Exanim drops to 1 HP.
But he's still in it. That's the important part. We have our 3 top at 24 to 35 health, and then Exanum down here at 1, and this is not good for anybody. Prostolol and Immortal just went to level 10 here in round 28, so they have full builds. We have a top Brute, Knight, 4 Heartless, Prostolol into a Rainbow with 4 Trolls, 4 Heartless, 4 Knights. Momo, well, he's Spirits. Yeah, good job, Momo. And now Exanum is to fight for his life up against these monsters.
Exactly. Right now, we'll see Exanim against Momoring. This is a different mage strat versus him. The Delta Slide number 1 gonna miss quite a bit. Disruptor trying to silence them out, but the Coddle Blast as well will connect, and look at that clean up. The Barricade gonna buy him some time because it's shock absorbed pretty much everything. But Delta Slide number 3 gonna connect on absolutely nothing. Friendly Fire gonna try and land on something, but the Spirits are just dodging everything. They even go invulnerable for the sake of dodging Friendly Fire. And Exanim will be eliminated by Momoring. The Spirit Mage's composition. Prostolol takes 20 from Immortel, as his composition is unable to sustain through Immortel's again. 4 Heartless Warriors. And, yeah, an interesting composition.
4 Heartless Brutes, you mean?
4 Heartless Brutes, yes.
Yeah, 4 Heartless, 4 Brute is quite insane. Has a Sand King on, looking for a 2-star Sand King, looking for a 2-star Axe on top of it. Still has these drows. That part I'm not super confident about. His IO has a Bloodthorn.
Might as well. I mean, you can't put it on a melee unit. It'll lose its efficiency. Makes a Sand King 2-star as well. Gets that Burrow Strike off later. Will be very good. Not sure if he wants the Lich here at all, though, because right now there's not really any board space for him. He's at maxed out. So...
Prostolol or Immortal? Which one?
We'll see. Prostolol will be our follow here against Momoring. We'll see if Momoring is able to deal with this Vesture of the Tyrant. It's going to be quite massive, especially with a 3-star Abaddon. It's going to be very efficient. Delta Slam number 1 going to come out here. Look at that damage output. Delta Slam number 2 as well. Not soon to follow. Legion Commander going to duel the Hog and prevent friendly fire from being used at all. Friendly fire going to be very important here, but not accessible as Delta Slam number 3 connects. Delta Slam number 4, again, trying to do as much damage as possible. It's just not going to be enough. The Abaddon still has Vesture of the Tyrant. Hasn't even been procced yet. So now, Storm Spirit goes down, and Momoring takes 15 as Prostolol literally just healed through all the Delta Slams, and it's just a bit rough.
7,500 healing by Inesix, 5,600 by Omni, 22,
Oh my God,
16, 9, and 2. Yeah, check out the other side of healing. Storm Spirit, 131 from Regen.
No, Immortal just dropped to 15 HP from like 39. He took like 24 HP worth of damage from something.
But it's probably because of those 1-stars. He now has a 2-star Axe and a 2-star Sand King. So, yeah, who do you want to watch?
Yeah. Immortal versus Momoring here. These are the real people, not the ghosts. We'll see if he is able to deal with Momoring's composition here. Bloodthorn obviously shuts down one. Earth Spirit, Delta Slam number 1 comes out. Look at that damage output. Oh my god, this is doing so much. Chrono Blast number 1 comes out. Delta Slam number 2 comes in as well. And I think this is how he took like a billion damage. Friendly Fire gonna burst down as well. And it looks like we have a rock, paper, scissors matchup, ladies and gentlemen. But Immortal actually accidentally kills off his strong point. Let's see if Prostolol is able to push back against Immortal, as Immortal actually is gonna beat Prostolol here. Prostolol loses to Immortal, and look at that. Momoring takes the win as his rock, paper, scissors favors him as Prostolol loses to Immortal. Immortal loses to Momoring, and Momoring loses to Prostolol.
Rock, paper, scissors says Momo will be the top dog with the spirits, with no less than 4 Storm Spirits out on the field, a 2-star CM, 2-star Coddle, and a Void with 2 more Earths. Worked out well. Good job, Momo, man. Worked out to your favor. To your favor. Now, the Legion Commanders, again, very late 2-stars or non-existent 2-stars for these comps. They have definitely been struggling today. Our 6 mages got into a top 4 this round. Wasn't quite the case in our first round. But yeah, it's a very, very crazy situation of a lot of different comps are coming to fruition. Something we haven't seen is Brawny. There have been no Brawnies on our stream today.
It's not enough. There's not enough summoner players to justify it at the moment. The Brawnies, again, they need a good early start. If you don't get Brawny units early, there's no point. Also, just like again, it's not a win condition, right? I mean, there's a reason why if you one player plays Brawnies, nobody else bothers to contest, because it's not even a strategy that's guaranteed your win or is a very strong late game. You definitely still need a lot of setup, even if you want to go Brawnies. So again, just not getting the right conditions for a Brawny, or just not finding enough Brawnies in the early game to justify it.
Well, today I learned something very valuable about spirits, and that's to ixnay on the Embernay, because, apparently that's just not the way to go. So thank you, Twitch chat, for involving me on that one. I've never seen a high-level spirits, because no streamer that I ever watched plays them.
Spirits,
then
yeah,
I never see them here either, so yeah. Thank you for the informative lesson today. Immortal feels a little bad, right? Like, gets himself this jacked up Luna, no Pike, can't find a Disruptor all game apparently, so doesn't get himself into a top 2. So.
Well, I mean, regardless, right? He obliterates Prostolol. Obviously, again, Disruptor's a bit more fortunate, but his team had no sustain, so obviously mages would burst it down. There's literally nothing he could do. I mean, how Prostolol beat the mages was literally, oh, you Chrono Blasted me? Yes, I'll mech. And then suddenly the Chrono Blast did absolutely nothing, right? So again, it's just a mix of not finding what you need. Also, your base composition doesn't even really deal with the mage strat, right? Like, but fundamentally your strategy can't heal itself. Against mages, you're gonna have issues if you can't burst them down. So obviously, that's what Disruptor's supposed to do. Didn't find one. Made it a bit, even harder, I would say, to try and contest them.
Well, I've been told that we got the scores all set up, so here we are. I don't think it's going to be anybody's surprise, but Momo with a placement of 2 and then 1 will stay in Group A and is taken point leader for this week. Don't know exactly how that'll play into the long run, but Quasar has certainly fallen down the list to the point of I don't see him on the list. I don't see Quasar in the top 23. Uh-oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah. I mean, consistent all the way throughout. Hopefully, he doesn't pull a VP and is not consistent where it matters the most. But yeah, I mean, Momorig showing up here, still in the top 8 worth of league points, so he's not a pushover by any means, right? Immortel as well, solid player. Inosito, we see him quite a bit. Was 3-2, got him here. So again, these players, not pushovers. We'll see how they play. Xanim managing to crawl into 8th to just play in the first lobby again. We'll see if he can turn it around. As it looks like Barcelona, Immortel, and Bursting, they're literally one placement away from or surpassing Memorial here, or at least tying.
So it's very important to kind of realize that this is grand finals. So coming into here was your points, and you had to fight tooth and nail to be into the top 2 of our 4 lobbies to get into this semifinal round. This is round 3 of the day. We only have 2 lobbies. We are only facing the top 16. Top 8 from here will move into our finals, and that's where the cash money resides. So that's why we have eliminated. That's why it's a big deal that Quasar is not moving on, because he came into this at 44 points, leading the league.
Yeah.
And he's not even going to be in the top 16 finalists.
He may have pulled a little bit of a VP, I would say, right? Virtus Pro-esque in the sense that, you dominate the entire season, and then suddenly when it comes to the finals, you're just not there. You don't show up. But unfortunately, I mean, these kind of things happen. Not the right setup for the right matches and otherwise. So unfortunate, but it's whatever.
Now, I don't actually have a timer that I'm being told for the next round, so I'm just going to put up a few minutes here for the break. The lobby's being created. The players are coming in. Once we get the clear, we'll come back. It's within 5 guys. I'm going to put up 3 on the board. So, semifinals of the Finols today. We're following Group A. These are the top 8 placements. The top 4 from both, I believe, or at least the top 4 from points. Sorry, top 8 from points will move forward. So that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. Blue, we'll be back in just a moment with round 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round 3. We are getting the all clear here momentarily for our next round, but we do have our Group A. Our Group A ready to roll is going to be Prostolol, Immortal, Blazed, Bursting, Momo, Hail Momo, Cyrilix, Blue Sapphire, that's obviously you, the Unlucky Boy, not entirely too sure who this is, and Xanum.
I think we can infer who that is. Let me check. So
I'll let you
Unlucky Boy
infer, yeah.
is so we've Blazed. Oh, that's Edocito.
Enocito. All right, the Unlucky Boy. Good stuff. Okay,
He is unlucky.
we're good to go. The Grand Finals. This will determine today our top 8. Who's going home with cash, who's not, and who's going to be in the last lobby. Immortal is level 190 for his battle pass.
He is on that grind, my guy. You are
190.
on the. Listen, you can't grind enough. You have to keep grinding until you grind. But yeah, at this point, we will see how this will go about. Of course, again, Momoring currently numero uno, but everyone else hot on his heels, so has to be careful.
I think we're all good. I don't see anything from the admins, so yep, I think we are good. Some firebugs to start off here. Blaze the firebug makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure, we'll go with that.
Asian Dum Bum.
but yeah.
Welcome to the fold, my dude. The anonymous gifter strikes again, giving everyone the hope of a sub icon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, Blazed right now
Who's
is open forwarding. I mean, it's not very entertaining. We'll probably move to someone who isn't open forwarding. Perhaps Bursting. Bursting is running the Earth Spirit. Look at how many Earth Spirits there are. In fact, Mooring is 1 spirit off of a Spirit team already. That's fast.
It has to be Ember. You can't get Ember Spirit this early, can you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. It's a well, not right now, but I'm pretty sure. I believe he's a tier 3 unit.
Yeah,
so
that's a 0%.
down the line. Yeah, I mean, down the line, obviously, next level he'll get an opportunity. But this early is probably not likely.
Not likely. I like our Underlords Pro. He's just like, oh no, that's the tournament admin. Did we just doom the entire tournament? No, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't even think that, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Asian is a strong, independent white woman. He's fine. No.
I mean, is subbing to Underlords Pro curse? I mean, we'll see. At this point, as Mooring, we'll get this win. Warriors, still
Who's
very
fighting?
good early game. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since we've seen, Warriors do their thing. Well, actually, no, never mind. They're not actually gonna do their thing. They're gonna lose here.
Yeah.
But
Their thing is lose.
I mean,
That's what their thing is.
yeah, Warriors just feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Kaya. We're seeing a lot of Kayas today, but this is a Kaya on a Earth Spirit, which I find extremely interesting. But c'est la vie. Okay, so I think we're at, what, 2 zeros? 2 zeros for Bursting, 2 zeros for Immortal. So I guess we'll stick with the 2-star Weaver coming out of Bursting.
Yeah. At this point, getting the Broodmother this early is actually quite massive, as it is quite an efficient insect. I'm not quite sure. Without any other alliances buffs, it will be very, very good, but it does a bit of damage itself, so you don't underestimate it. It can summon more insects as well, which is probably the bigger factor there, as it pops the Eidolon and summons more insects. That was probably the perfect way to use that, and you can see with the insects it summons. I believe it makes 4 spiderlings at the moment. Yeah, and look at how much damage they do just piled up like that. It's so disgusting. It makes even more. And yeah, Broodmother, one of those units that if you let it get like 1 or 2 kills, suddenly you are swarmed with insects. Obviously not as effective down the line, but still, nonetheless, this early, super effective.
So Bursting and Immortal are both streaking. Immortal goes 2 scaled with a Vino and a Slardar. Bursting with the 2 insect. That's a brawny-sided, the Unlucky Boy with 2 brawny, 2 savage. That's a pretty decent opener for him.
Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, exactly. One of the streaks will collapse inwards. We will see which one is prevails here, as it looks like the insects might not be, but the brood mother producing more and more of his babies might be able to pull this off. The Weaver, all he has to do is not die, and he should be able to turn
Oh,
this
the
around. But
silence.
the silence is so hard, and the Weaver survives in the back end, protected by its own babies, aka the Plague Wards. So he'll take that.
Pew, pew, pew. Right. Fire those cannons, boys. Okay, Immortal will continue streak 4-0, sitting at 4 units. Him and Cyrilix actually up there in the top for unit counts. This is... am I on Immortal? No, I'm on Bursting. Immortal, double scaled, triple warrior, and an interesting bit of spirits here smattered around.
Immortal will continue his streak, of course. The Venomancer in the back doing a lot of damage. But yeah, at this point, doing so
Oh,
much
just
solid
sold it
work.
all.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he wants to go. Um, you know, Venom
Good win.
Mancer the entire time. Yeah, Prostolol, unfortunately. I mean, Prostolol just basically gave Immortal a free 5-win streak.
I'm going to check out
and he might
Brawnies.
go-
The unlucky boy Brawnies.
Yeah, Elucito, versus Cyrilix here, who is running Primos, and actually, Elucito is running Brodies. So this is free real estate. This is a lot of free real estate. As long as he
Is
gets
it
the
a
kills.
win, though?
He
not.
might not win.
It's not a
Oh
win.
my god.
Oh, so close.
So close.
How
But-
many kills?
But he got, I believe he killed, at least... Yeah, he killed...
He's at 8 kills. Sorry. He's at 8 kills
Yeah.
in 6 rounds. My luck is never that good with Brawnies. It just never
Yeah,
is.
exactly. That is such a good start. Especially this early, as you mentioned. That's an extra 123 HP. So, don't underestimate that.
All right, back to Immortal, who is still streaking 5-0, has Warriors, has Scaled, and says, I will outlast you, and runs into these Savages.
Yeah, at this point, the unlucky boy fighting Immortal here. Immortal's streak keeps going. So we're still at round 6. Immortal might be able to go the full distance. It's looking like it, though. None of the Brownies... Oh, the Brownies get a couple of kills. So
Get 2.
not the worst thing in the world. Get 2. I mean, 2 per round is... after round... 10 rounds, that's 20 kills. That's still a lot of HP, so... Can't scoff at that. Absolutely not.
Yeah, 300 hit
Uh,
points by round 10? Sure. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Definitely crazy.
Immortal sitting at 6-0 means that he just needs 2 more to complete the streak. Is sitting at 5 units, the only person in the game at 5 units. So you can see that the investment here from Immortal into that win streak is he's banking on it to pay off. And if he can just outnumber his opponents, especially with like some high impact units like this Lycan, it's a pretty good chance that he can actually get to that 8-0.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Immortal now has to engage in a two-star bristleback. This is probably a bit more spookier. Bursting has a much beefier bristleback. Obviously not running Brownies, but more so Savages. Summons the Wolves of the Lycan here. They're going to do a bit more damage because of Summer buff, of course. But look at this Beast... sorry, not Beastmaster, but the bristleback Go. He's cleaving through and just kills a wolf by accident on top of Quill Sprays. It's just doing so much damage here, and... unfortunately, Immortal will not finish the streak. That is unfortunate. But Immortal shouldn't be too sad about it. It's not like you get a perfect streak every game. Immortal actually invested quite a bit of money hoping to win that round.
That was the
So, okay,
bigger
that-
loss. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Still has net worth lead, but definitely not going to get that if he doesn't go up straight back up to 30, and it looks like he will, though.
And everybody's now caught up to that 5 unit. Well, most of them have caught up to the 5 unit count there as well. Something to say about quality over quantity. The 2-star team of 4 beating out the 1-star team of 5. So we're going to swap over to Exanum here, who is streaking 92 health with Primordial Summoners and some Barricades. Just a fancy thing.
Yeah. I mean, if Immortal has anything to say about it, the Venomancer's not even moving because they literally cannot get closer to the enemy team. It has blockaded itself in the back corner, just says, I'll be safe in this corner, I'll be fine here. As the Razor gonna do as much damage as he can, but the Wolves are out, and all the Warriors still healthy and keeping it up. So the Venomancer will somehow have to keep these guys away, and it might actually work, as he's literally stuck in the corner. This like it. Gonna push forward though. Knock, knock, knock comes a big bad wolf, and it gets in contact, and that will be that. The Venomancer wasn't even attacking until right at the very end there.
Him and his little spawnlings, I suppose is a good way to put it.
It just didn't move from the corner. That was a bit strange. I guess the AI just like said, "Nah, we good."
So we're back down to 0 streaks. Everyone now has at least a loss. If we go through some of these guys, Prostolol down at the bottom is going for a bit of a rainbow. Has himself the 1-star LC. We got the Ogre Cap and the Bloodbound. Put that on the Chaos Knight. So he's shaping up. Blazed down here as well with the 2-star LC, likely our earliest 2-star LC that we've actually seen. So we'll stick here on Blazed just to see how well it works with a bit of Knights, a bit of Healer, a bit of Warlock.
Yeah, at the moment, not sure how how effectively this will go for Blazed here. Blazed is against Prostolol. Prostolol does not have Healer alliance by any stretch of the imagination, but it looks like one team will be superior here. The Chaos Bolt did strike, but the Cask is more important. Unfortunately, only 2 units left on the side of Blaze, punished more by that Cask than Prostolol, and he'll take that win.
Yeah, at least he killed the Chaos Knight by the end of it. So coming into round 10, these are the Underlords. There are a lot of Primordial Summoners out. A lot of Summoners. And 3 Primordials on top of that. On top of things. Somebody's still fighting. It's Cyrilix and Exanum. And it doesn't look like Cyrilix is going to come out of this one smelling like roses. That's a lot of summons he has to deal with. There we go. Cleaned up. Maybe. Come on. Done.
Yeah.
All right. So as I said,
right.
a lot of summoners, a lot of primordials, some druids, and our LC combos. Yeah.
Yeah, Momoring actually currently at on a streak with the Primordials. I mean, this is a bit reminiscent to a certain game previously.
3 jewels? What game is that? What game were you playing?
Oh my God! Whoa!
What do you mean this is
What are 3
reminiscent?
jewels? Oh right. Oh my God! I just realized everyone's going summoners. That's why there's a jewel here. Jewel.
I'm on Momo, by the way.
Probably. Yeah, like yeah. At the moment, Momoring, with the summoner composition, is running LGC Hobgin with his summoners, but everyone else prefers a Jewel. I mean, Jewel, his benefit is that he heals everything, so the summon units are also affected, rather than, you know, an E6 who heals only the heroes at that point. But still, I'm not sure if the summoners will hold off. I mean, certainly with a brawny composition, they're going to have to be careful down the line, but at the moment, they might be fine, especially in the mid-game like this. Again, LGC versus the Jewel buff, it's looking like the LGC might prevail here a little bit because the back row has yet to die. The barricade's just blocking every attack that these units are supposed to deal for the side of Exanim, and Exanim will lose this one. LGC Hobgin proving to be a better menace than Jewel.
Momo Ring today is putting on master classes of different comps and will retain, not quite top, but he's really up there with Bursting. He's the only player streaking, which is the more important part right now. Yeah, Momo doing well with the 4 Primo summoners, 2 Savage. I imagine there's a 4 Savage to come into this because we did get that Lycan. And there are hints of a druid, right, with the IO. So we're probably going to be looking for a lone druid down the line.
Well, unfortunately, Bursting will be his opponent, Momoring. And speaking of 4 Savages, Bursting, in fact, does have 4 Savages. So summon units for the side of Bursting will hit harder, faster, and stronger. The Tiny already goes out, as unfortunately he gets rooted and picked off. The Eidolons gonna get picked off as well. The Lycan gonna try and push forward. The Wolves actually trying to break through the barricade. Gonna try and wrap around the Serpent Wards as well. And the Enthrall of the opposing Lycan, that's gonna be the nail in the coffin there, as 2 Wolves just feast on the flesh of the Warring squad. He takes 12 damage there.
Yeah, no longer going to be in that 90 comfort zone, but the pack of wolves to bring him down. That's all right. Something I do like is that this IO is like sitting right here nested in the corner with the Razor Arc Warden. It never moves. It just tethers either to the Arc Warden or the Razor, and it's just happy to sit there and do its thing. So it creates quite the wall. You can't get to Hobgin at all. Like, at all. And even if you do get through him, you got to get through, like, an Arc Warden who's just going to be spawning things, and the Io spawns things, and the Razor spawns. It's just a cute little walling technique to see from Momo.
Yeah.
So bursting, then?
Yeah, bursting at the moment. Yeah, streaking at the moment with the bristleback, with the maximum summoner buff as well is so nice.
Yeah.
Especially with the front line not as efficient. Obviously, the druid buff gonna make that a bit easier. We'll hope for a 2-star lone druid, of course, against XNM. A lot of summoners. I forget that everyone is running summoners right now in this lobby. So we'll see.
3 players running summoner. This is the only 4 summoner in the game.
Yeah. So we'll see how efficiently these Plague Wards work. The bear is in fact a 2-star bear. Look at that. It does 400 damage a hit, but gets perma-rooted. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Unable to do anything there. The Lycan as well, stuck behind all of his wolves. Again, just a little bit of body blocking with the summoners, especially with the barricades preventing any further shenanigans, but with the Savage buff on top of the Summoner buff, you can see how much damage the Plague Wards are doing. In fact, their damage is scaling exponentially. The Plague Ward, one of the Plague Wards is doing 200 damage a hit. That's actually pretty crazy as he finally gets picked off there. As, again, the Summoners, death by 1,000 cuts here, they're slowly producing. The Wolf finally breaks free, but gets picked off instantly. These Summoners, they may not have a high HP, but the Savage buff on top of the Summoner buff definitely making them scale so hard. As they take 8 extra damage, and then the 40% amps that. So 8 becomes 12, or 8 becomes 11, then I believe 16 becomes math. 16 becomes...
16 becomes math.
16 becomes 22. So again, every time, especially with this Summoner, I actually really like how Bursting is doing this. Again, this is gonna scale up really quickly, especially with how he forms again. He makes more space in his house, realizes that his own units are body blocking each other, so puts a bit of space on the right so that units can get summoned.
I'm a little disappointed that throughout that whole fight, I had the Demon Archer selected. The Demon Archer was hitting for 470 damage because it didn't die the whole round. It was just stacking its attacks. It was doing 400 damage, Blue.
Yeah, exactly. Its attack rate is 1 per second as well, so it keeps going up. And you can see it right now. The numbers are going up so quickly just because of the Savage buff on top of the Summoner buff. Its percentage is ridiculous, especially if it triple attacks. It just goes up even more. As the Golem will drop to kill it instantly, so get that shenanigan out of my face. But the Surfer Wards, look at them scale up. There's still 3 more, and they do triple damage. Look at how much damage it does. The enthrall on the Legion Commander as well, certainly not helping matters. As, oh my word, Bursting. Again, his Summoner Savage composition doing so much work.
It's kind of funny just to watch the little Demon Archer do 400 damage hits. It's insane. It's insane. Okay, so Bursting is well on his way for a streak complete. At this point, I'm over at Immortal versus Exanum, which is taking a while to wrap up since I believe it's 6 warriors. Immortal, when did you sneak in the blue? 6 warriors with 2 Savage. Looks like they will outlast these summoners from Exanum.
Yeah, Immortal will take that. XNM, unlucky, but will be fine with that. Is running mages with his summoners, so XNM wants to be the anti-mages down the line. As he no longer exists in the game, and Edocito again running that Brawnies just to feast on these summoned units. Of course, has 32 kills already, so we'll see how that goes. But back to Bursting, of course, back to Bursting with that streak still going. We'll see who he faces. Will be Immortal. Immortal again running this warrior composition. We'll see if the warriors can do anything. But the problem is warriors don't do much damage, so they're gonna have to get through this wall of units quickly before they start hitting way too hard. And you can see it right now. They're doing a bit of damage already. The bear is doing 500 damage a hit already as they continue chomping through. Now 600 damage a hit. Now it's been reduced, but look at that go. The Savage buff along with the Summoner bonus just so efficient. The bear hitting so hard it almost one-shots the opposing bear just from a single root. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
It's quite amazing how the scaling damage works here with 4 Savage, 4 Summoner. We have no Primordials on this one, whereas we still have 3 other Primordial builds. Actually, if you look at the bottom 2 right now, both sitting at not impressive health, some okay net worth, but 6 magic, 4 Primordial, or sorry, 2 Primordial, 6 magic, both in the bottom right now.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the long run because they know may just completely decimate summoners down the line. But look at this, the Cauldron Blast, we'll see. I mean, this is a prime example of how much damage a Cauldron Blast can do to a summoner build. Picks off everything in the back, all the summoner units are being cleared up. In fact, most of the units are gone, and Bursting, unfortunately, will not be able to complete the streak. Again, the mages, they're so good against these summoner strats, and Cyrilix basically puts the ball in Bursting's courts and says, where are your summoners now when they're all dead?
Well, that'll be the first loss for Bursting in a good while. Did not get streak complete, but it's certainly been fun looking at the numbers rise as fights have gone on. Let's go back to the Brawny boys, the unlucky boys, who are pretty lucky because they are running into just a lot of summoners. They are up to 38 kills in 15 rounds. Unlucky boy actually living up to the name, not getting the win, but is what I believe you refer to as feasting.
Oh, he has 47 body kills now at 1,410, so that's pretty
That's 3
handy.
a round on average.
Yeah, that is 3 kills a round. Remember, on top of that, the summoner units are certainly helping, so absolutely disgusting. And he's not even winning every round, right? He's not, you can see his win streak. He's not even winning more rounds than he's losing. He's just getting so many kills from summoners and otherwise that it's being so efficient. Now, against Memoring, of course, now, the problem with the mages now is that, yes, they beat summoners, but Brawnies beat mages as long as they have enough HP to do so. Right now, they're trying to burst them down. The mages, unfortunately, didn't do enough, and look at that Mortimer's Kiss go. Cauldron Blast number 2 was not enough, and the Brawnies just gonna eat all of these kills up. Nom, nom, as only the Humgen survives, and 55.5 kills to the name of the Brawnies, and Osito looking very massive right now.
Yeah, 55 kills in count. Like, it's a landslide. This is our first Brawny on stream today. These are our first summoners today as well. Although we have kind of abandoned the whole plan, apparently. Everybody has decided to go other routes. So a lot of mages all of a sudden. We've gone through the transitions. The Primordials did stick with mages. And then we just completely abandoned summoners. There's only one summoner left now, and that's Bursting. And we know that their strat's working out real well. This is the only Brawny on Unlucky Boy who is sitting really nice at second. But then we also have our 2 Legion Commander with their rainbows, and then Immortal at the 6 Warriors. I'm taking a lot of note about the Warriors because every time I go 6 Warriors, I have no idea what the hell else to do, Blue.
Blaze, moment streaking. So his Exonym, as you mentioned.
Who do you want to watch?
Yeah, we'll keep track of Exonym here. I think this streak, we'll see how long he can maintain it. Is against Prosolol. Prosolol, as far as I've seen, has done the same composition every single round. So we'll see if he is able to take the win this time. I mean, surely, eventually, he will get a win in the lobby. The heals as well, on top of it, is definitely certainly helping. But right now, the Jewel going to get picked off finally. And it looks like, speaking of winning around, he will take this. The IO 3-star is nice, but that's all it is. It's nice, but it's not going to win you around. And Prosolol will take this quite convincingly. No units was lost there for him, so that's going to be quite a bit of damage.
0 kills?
14 going his way. I don't think Prosolol got a kill there.
IO got 1 kill, apparently. That was
Wow! On what?
I don't know.
What did it kill?
We have some hard-hitting wisps today, man. You know, that one wisp had a Bloodthorn. This one's getting the only kill in the comp.
Yeah, it's reminding me of my Dota games. Just absolutely carrying my game.
All right.
Anyways, Mooring and Cyrilix at the bottom. Follow Blaze now, as he's the only one continuing the streak. Obviously, also running that warrior composition with the Legion Commander. Again, still popular, but with these summoner compositions, gonna have to be a bit careful. And obviously, the Brawnies are weak to these rainbow compositions. Speaking of rainbow compositions, Blaze versus Prosto. We'll see who has the better composition here. Obviously, Necrophos on the side of Prosto is definitely a massive advantage. Gets a duel off first as well, so gets a demon buff during the duel. We might actually win this. No, it actually expires and the heal buff comes out and will actually win that one.
No.
In fact, Prosto the turntables as he pushes forward. The Dazzle gonna be the only one alive, along with the Necrophos trying to out-heal the Legion Commander, but it's not enough. The golem in the back barely does anything, as that will be the win. As I just realized Blaze has 2 Legion Commanders, so A lot of damage there. 15 going the way of Prostal.
Blaze, yeah, they do. Yeah, Blaze does have 2 Legion Commanders. 36 kill Pike Legion Commander, 15 kill Butterfly Legion Commander. I believe he won both duels. We have 72 duel damage on that Pike there as well. So it looked like really good duels, and again, the Rainbow coming in. This feels a lot more like the old LC kind of situations where you just have the 2 of them rather than the 1 stars going into round 27. Weirdly enough, I'm going to jump down to the bottom of the list because we are starting to get into a kill range. Immortal at 26 with the 6 warriors has to defend up against Momo, who's not doing so well themselves.
Yeah, the mages are there. However, the mages will have to do much damage to Scaled as well. Gonna reduce that damage, but the Requiem into Auto Blast. Where did that team go for Immortel? The Immortel's team just got obliterated. LGC to try and buff it. Unfortunately, mages with LGC is a bit weird, but Momoring pulls it out. Immortel takes 17 damage there.
As
by
I said,
his warrior composition.
Kill range. It's not looking good
Yeah.
for him. Prostalol, what's up, buddy? You up against Xanum, and you win. Xanum takes a 12 on top of things there as well. So Momo's back streaking. The Brawnies are actually the only ones still in the green and streaking very well. Prostalol to pick up a 2-star LC, but Immortal and the 6 warriors, those 19 armor has really nothing to do with the amount of magic damage being pumped by some of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, Immortel, I believe he's currently top of our chart, so if he went last, he basically concedes the throne here, as that would give everybody else the opportunity to take it in the final lobby. He has to survive at least another round, but against Prostalol, I'm not sure if that is an option. Right now, Prostalol, his right-hand side, bear in mind, the Legion Commander is going to be the key factor to winning this round. Ravage is going to connect on both of these healers, but the healers taking no damage. The Warriors, they tickle. They don't even do much damage. Where is your output coming from? It's coming from nowhere, because the Legion Commander already killed the right-hand side. Right now, the Tusk is trying his best to buy some time, but again, Immortel is just lacking a key component of his team. Where is your damage coming from? And he's going out last place. Probably the worst case scenario for Immortel there.
Not great. Rough game. GG Immortal. I see you there in the Twitch chat, but you will be the first to bow out here of round 3. Almost guaranteed you're not making it to round 4. Sorry to say, buddy, but good fight with the 6 warriors. Somebody in chat's like, these casters haven't seen my 6 warriors, but I mean, I think there's a reason we don't see 6 warriors in these tournaments. It's because, like, what do you do with them? Like, warriors, heartless, makes sense, but past I'm at a loss.
Well, they used to be good because you could pair them with warlocks, and then you just like chill until like they infinitely heal and then win because you can't kill them.
Sure.
But warriors don't do as much as knights anymore. If you want to do an infinite heal comp, do it with knights. Knights actually do damage.
Knights,
while
healers,
warriors
trolls.
do not. Yeah, exactly. While warriors do not have any of the benefits that knights have, which is, you know, dealing any form of damage. Exanim will be against Edocito here. Edocito, again, this brawling composition adds an axe as well. This is going to be very spooky, as Axe will be chomping at the bit here with a blade mail as well. That's going to be so scary. The Disruptor Silence is going to do as much as he can, but the dunk is inevitable here. Auto Blast does a bit to himself using that axe. Blade mail again. The barrel's going to try and connect with the Brawnies, though. The push forward by Unlucky. Dunk number 1 comes out here. Finally, Disruptor might actually kill off the axe, but he's saved by the Yule Scepter. I don't know who used him, but report that man, because this axe is about to die. He's actually might get a dunk off, though he's not. Luckily, it does not matter in the long run. Frostbite connects on the Bristleback. Bristleback's still alive, though. The Jewel as well, taking a lot of the damage absorption, but the spin connects from the Juggernaut, and Juggernaut will be eating that. Auto Blast will not kill off the Bristleback. And that Yule Scepter actually costs a lot of time for Exanim's team. Who had that Yule's?
It's Io.
Because
Io
that
has
saved the axe. Oh my god.
Io had it, and the placement right in front of the Coddle basically is what triggered it. So yeah, little rough, but only lost 4. Only lost 4, so it's not the worst. But Unlucky Boys up at the top has come down a bit, lost recently. Momo and Prostalo are the streakers, but Xanum still down here on the chop block with the 3 mage, 2 warlock, and 2 primo. Who are the warlocks? It's Disruptor, Shadow Fiend, and you'd expect them to kind of put up better numbers with that magic buff, but it's just not coming together very well.
Yeah, unfortunately not the case for Exanim is against Momori. Has a BKB on the Coddle, therefore Disruptor cannot shut him down. The silences, speaking of which, is traded. The Coddle just survives it because again, that BKB lasts so long. Coddle Blast connects and look at that cleanup. The counter action from Momori doing a lot of damage, but hold on, the Bear is doing a lot. It actually picks off the Coddle there, so no Coddle Blast coming out, but Frostbite connects on the Razor, and the Lone Druid gonna finally get picked off for the Hobgin. Bear in mind,
Oh.
don't underestimate a Hobgin
Crystal
with
Maiden.
LGC buff. LGC buff is so effective, and yes, Crystal Maiden helps a little bit, but I think the Hobgin mostly, along with the Frostbite connecting, will make this a bit easier. The Maiden surviving, and in fact 36 HP.
Crystal
There.
Maiden.
I'm not sure if the Maiden did as much as LGC Explosivo did, but yeah, she did quite a bit of work there.
Only did 4th place with 3 back-to-back frostbites at the end, you know.
Yeah. What do you mean, 4th place damage? I guess, right.
Was
but
it the same
again,
damage as
Hobgin-
the keepers? Oh, and yeah, they fell to the Hobgin. Like you're not gonna do much against
absolutely.
that. But ooh, so rough, so rough.
Yeah, Exanim now against Blaze here again, just rough matchup after rough matchup. Has to fight Double Legion Commander here with a mage composition. We'll see if he can get the burst down, but Doom will connect on the Lone Druid. Not the worst thing in the world, but no Bear is kind of sad. BKB will connect, making sure that the Disruptor Silence doesn't do anything. Duel still comes out anyway. Disruptor Silence doesn't even shut down the other Legion Commander. Legion Commander gonna get healed up fully by the Warlock buff as well. Look at that. There's actually nothing that Exanim can do here, and it might be the end of the rope here as the push forward comes from Blaze. Then we'll take exactly 11 damage from Blaze.
Well, Exanim down to 7th. Unlikely to see into our top 8. Unlucky. There's just rough matches. That's what you're saying, right? Rough matches after rough matches. Our 6 warriors went out in a lobby of at least 3 magic with some infinite heals and summoners. And now Exanim to drop with one of those mages on top of things. Next up, 4 health on Cyrilix. 6 mages, has 2 brutes with an axe to slot in to help out with the front line with that jewel, and it's not working. We have a pike on Keeper.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's a 45 kill Keeper.
Yeah, that's I mean,
That's what?
auto attacking.
4 damage, so 180 auto attack damage from this Keeper of the Light. Well, 220,
I mean,
180, 260.
181. It does 181, I think. Right,
Right,
'Cause
plus-
that's
plus
160
80 more,
Plus 20
so.
plus 1. Yeah, it's 181
It's insane.
damage. But the Keeper, I mean, not the auto-attacking beast that we know and love, right? He's not a big attacker, but still very effectively. Oh my god, he's Coddle Blasting the wrong way. That's actually the most
Dead.
horrible thing that could have happened. The Relics, oh my god, report that Coddle. I think that Pike actually ruined his life because the Coddle
Damn.
tried to attack the Storm Spirit. The Storm Spirit baited the Coddle Blast out, and the Coddle was firing the wrong way. And he's like, oh, there's a Storm Spirit here. I have to attack it. Coddle blasted, and then he just left. Oh no. Nervin, thank you for the raid, by the way.
30
As,
plus.
Cyrillic. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
That Coddle, that felt real bad at the end. Oh my goodness. Lol W, Keck W, yeah. Get those Pinty stare faces out, man. Like, oh, that hurt. I'm watching the Unlucky Boys just wood chippering away here against Prostalol. As neither side going down super quick. I think Unlucky Boy will actually take the win, but holy crow, it took forever to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, Jewel barrel smash. He might actually force a draw if he doesn't kill Dazzle in time. There we go. That's, a rock in a hard place. Jewel is
Do I
the
even
master of being obnoxious.
How many
especially
kills?
with
How many
the
kills?
sword.
I think we have 70 kills in 25 rounds. What do you think?
64.
No, you're supposed to take a guess. You don't. Holy crap!
No,
it's
I did-
122 kills.
Yeah, I did take a guess. What do you think?
I thought you just read it. It was like, oh, I overshot it.
No,
100.
I made a guess.
22 kills
Yeah,
in
we
25
were not
rounds.
even close. We were not even close. There's a
Holy
satanic on the axe
Toledo.
as well.
Holy
Jesus.
Toledo.
This is what happens when you all play summoners and then you're like, wait a minute, that's a bad idea. And,
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's what happens. Broadies, now the axe with the satanic has a second life to account for and 6,000 HP base, or yeah, 7,000 HP base, I should say. my god, what a disgusting monster. We're gonna see when they push forward, the Doom comes out of the Snapfire, not the biggest Doom in the world, but the Duel will come out, try and pick off the Jewel here quickly, and it will happen, luckily, for the side of Blades. Remember, Legion Commander, very good against Axe, but the Axe does have a Blade Mail, I'll just write it, Satanic, so we'll try and heal up here, but the Golem Stun gonna prevent this from happening. In fact, Unlucky Boy will certainly be just that, unlucky, as none of the Brawnies do enough to really deal with double Legion Commanders there.
God, I feel so bad. We finally watched Lucky Boy and he takes 24 to the face. Oh, feels bad. All right.
Absolute devastation.
Bursting still
Oh, boy.
fighting with his infinitely spawning 15 health deficit. Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta stop watching anybody. Ugh.
Ooh, you're cursing everybody, man.
2 health. Gonna sit on Bursting. Bursting, I think, chunked Momo as well. So we have mages down south with our... we gave up. Apparently, Bursting gave up on the Primordials on just Summoners now. Blaze sitting at the top with a rainbow. Prostolol third with a rainbow. And this is our top 5.
The problem is I just see dunk fodder, right? Every summon unit is just a free dunk for Axe, and the problem right now is that Bursting is maybe not doing enough damage. He's against Blaze, so he's a better opportunity to do that output damage, but Troll Warlord and 2 Legion Commander is not going to make it easy for him. Desolator on the Lone Druid as well. Boros Strike going to connect once, and the Ravage as well going to perma-CC a lot of this, but maybe that will be enough. The duel comes out though, and the full heal comes out from the Legion Commander with an Aphotic Shield as well, and look at those Surfer Wards melt. It's just not enough. The Sven just follows suit as the Summoners gonna get silenced, so they're silent as they wail, being pummeled down as Blaze basically takes this with no sweat. And Momoring as well follows him into the grave as Prostolol secures that win, and both strategies, both LC strats, rainbow strats, are at the top, with only Lucky being the niche uniqueness. And this is what we always say when we have a Brawny in the team, right? It's amazing, but it's not a guaranteed win, and that's why the people don't play it. Not a lot of times you say that a Brawny can just confidently win a round. Gets a 2-star axe, so maybe tides can change here, now at 10,000 HP.
2-star axe with the double brute. Big thing to note here is that Momo goes out in 4th. There's still a chance you see Momo in the finals since he was leading coming into the semis. So that's kind of up in the air right now, isn't it?
Oh my god, Axe gets doomed. That's pretty devastating. No spin, no dunk as well. He's the tankiest unit on the board. That's probably the most devastating thing to have happened. Boris Kiss is trying to do as much as possible, but again, the heal is just way too much. It's overwhelming.
Axe got
Lucky
duped.
Boy, he just has to do as much damage as possible. It's just not good enough. The Bristleback Will Spray not going to occur. Disruptor Silence going to try and shut down a lot of things. Disruptor, the Viper, the only one alive, but it's not enough. Lucky takes 26. He says, Blaze just says, get out of my game, Brawny player. You're not supposed to be here anymore. Summoners are gone. As Prostolol beats Blazed, actually. So now it's Blazed versus Prostolol.
Both at 10. Both have extremely similar builds. It's 2 knights versus 4 knights, and 2 trolls versus 3 healers? I don't know. I don't know. This is really interesting because, in theory, it looks like we just have the better comp from Postolol. 4 trolls, 4 knights, 4 healer. Oh, we have 4 warlock on Blaze. That's the difference.
Absolutely. That might be the biggest difference, though. Amplifying, using the Warlock here rather than the healers. The Legion Commander on the left-hand side trying to pummel through this healer, but he gets picked off before a duel occurs. So now the Legion Commander on the right-hand side for Blaze actually gonna get picked off, unfortunately. So he's not gonna have that Legion Commander to work with. The Troll Warlord gonna get 2 shots, and Blaze, he's gonna get picked off so easily, so handedly here. As unfortunately for him, his Legion Commanders did not do enough. Or sorry, Blaze got that win, as Prostolol did not do enough with his singular Legion Commander.
That's that.
As that will be it. Blaze takes that board, and I believe that makes him first place at the moment, as he got second in a lobby beforehand. I'm just trying to check.
Jeez, those bottom damage dealers for Blaze were really just pincushions. 200 damage from Doom, 600 damage from Necro, and 800 damage from Omni Knight.
Doom is a walking shutdown, unfortunately, but
yeah.
Just Doom is supposed to shut down a unit. It's just not supposed to do damage. I mean, it did shut down something. It's just shut down enough to compensate for it.
So, yeah, that's an interesting way that this all ended up. So, Explosivo, the unlucky boy, ends up third. Prostol second. Blaze first. Momo still top 4 and was leading coming into this. So if I hit the scoreboard button, I don't think they're going to be updated yet. But Momo was first. Prostolol Immortal. And now they've been updated. Now we
So
have
Prostolol-
our top 8. It's still Momo. He's third, but Prostolol jumps to first. Blaze second. Momo third. Penka, Edusito, not Explosivo, Bursting, Medium, and Immortal will be our final lobby of the day.
It looks like as well. Look at that top 4. That's so nasty. Oh my god. Literally, to win, each player above them just has to place higher than one spot than the player above them. So
4 points
essentially,
between top 4. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Literally,
Yeah.
one placement can secure first place. We will be watching these 4 players. We'll see who goes down first and who will take it.
I'm just going to make a notepad of this. Prostolol was first. 35 was Blaze, 34 was Momo, and then Penka, yeah? And then we kind of drop a little bit. Edusito is at 30. Bursting's at 29. And God, like, Bursting really felt like he had such a winning comp. It served very well for a long time, but it just ended up failing flat at the end because so many brawny kills. My God.
I mean, summoners have no late game. Their dream of a late game is non-existent because of so many other compositions who are just tankier and do more damage than what the summoners can offer. Obviously, it gets you an early game advantage, maybe top 4 even, but top 4, we're not looking for top 4, right? We're looking for number 1. And if you want a win, you gotta be like Prostolol, gotta get 2-2-2 as your consistency, right? Consistency is key. You can't go 5-1-5 and expect to, be in a higher scoreboard placement. Consistency definitely key.
All right. We have our last lobby being thrown together right now. We have our players all coming together into the lobby. I'm going to join the lobby here as well. We got 4 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Our final round of our grand finals. Going to be coming to you live here just a moment. Last chance. Go grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, grab your friends. Come educate as much as get educated. And we're going to have ourselves a grand old time here in 4 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 8 players. We have points. Within 4 points is 4 ranks, Blue. And this is our final game of the day. This is the Grand Finals Final round. The
Final round.
The final round. And we're going to get this started here in just a moment. But, because I had questions about this, I know you were instructing me on the break, but please do tell everyone how we are going to be determining the victors and the money. Do the league points matter? Is it just this last lobby? How does it all work?
So we will be determining it based on the scoreboard of how all the players did in this final 4 lobbies. The league points at this point only get you to the finals week, but definitely to win the entire thing, you must get the points in every lobby. Now, at this point, that means that our top 4, once again, we saw previously that they are quite close to each other, literally 1 point apart from each step down. So every player will be fighting for just slightly higher placement than the other person. So we'll absolutely see where they go from here.
Thank you for your clarifications, my dude. It has been a fantastic season. I've gotten to know a lot of people here in the season, gotten to know you and the admins and the players, and I made a ton of new friends that carry me through games. It's great. It's great. It's been a great experience.
Absolutely. Again, at the moment, I believe the top 4 in the running are Bursting, Momoring, Prostolol, and Medium Bass, was it?
Prostolol, Blaze, Momo, Penka are our top 4.
Penka, right. Sweet. And looks like to start off our game, we get triple open forts, and Medium Bass is going straight for the Brawnies. Look at this, straight for the jugular. Interesting. Already.
I only see 1 Brawny on medium base.
Well, he has 2 Beastmasters, so I mean,
Gotcha.
technically 2 Brawnies.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But still, yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. Maybe Brawny's in the final lobby. That's a bit of a gambit. I mean, obviously, you can. It's not a losing strategy by any means. It's just interesting. That's very interesting.
2
where he wants to go with this.
Beastmasters into a cap. Ooh, that's feeling
Yeah,
good.
too bad. 2 Beastmasters and a blood cap walk into a bar. Just see how that goes.
Bar's all bloody from then on. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say, is he actually not? He sold the Bloodseeker. All right. Just stay here. Where do you want to go? Anybody want a particular highlight? Bursting as a 2-star Magnus already.
Hey, let's jump to him actually. 2-star Magnus. We'll see how he works with this. Bursting. This might be an early win. Actually, in fact, we can't even escape Medium Bass. Medium Bass is playing anyway. And we'll get this win here. Again, the Brawny's just not getting anything, which is a bit unfortunate.
That cleave
speaking
is
of a bit
so good.
Yeah, it's amazing this early. But speaking of unfortunate, Blaze and Unlucky, again, open forting, and Blaze being punished for it. Remember, Blaze is the one who needs higher placement here, rather than Endocito. Yes, Endocito wants to obviously get as high as possible, but Blaze is the one in the running for number 1 here. So has to pull out all the stops, and he's pull out his entire team too, because it's not there.
If Bursting is gonna go, yeah, there it is. If Bursting is gonna find a druid, you have automatically 2 2-star druids, and once you 2-star that other druid, you have something like around 4 or 5 3-star druid on the board, which is going to be extremely hard to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely, especially this early. But the question is if Bursting will fall into this trap again. Yeah, Prostolol, again with his opening gambits. I mean, he gets second place consistently. I think, but I don't think Prostolol will win the tourney if he gets second place. This is literally the only time that he has to beat Bursting, Penka 77, and Momoring for first place. If any of them are like in the top 2 with him, he has to win, and that's the problem right now for Prosto. He hasn't won a single lobby yet. He's always gotten second. But if any of those other 3 players get into the top 3 or top 2, he has to put the pedal to the metal. And Bursting, for his combat of choice, will be going Summoners. So he doubles down on it, apparently. So we'll see how that goes.
There's 2 Arc Wardens right here for Prostolol, but he sold the other Arc Warden, so not likely to see a Summoner. He's still not putting out anything, which is fine. Bursting, you said Summoners? I mean, why not, right? With the Druids,
Absolutely.
if you get a 3-star Nature's Prophet out there, and he has an early Lycan, dang, son. Those
Yeah.
treants are hard to beat, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a bit of an issue is the Bloodseeker, but hopefully he can. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, it's just gonna be on
The
these.
Magnus will kill it.
Yeah, it's just gonna
Yeah,
be on
there you
these
go.
saplings.
Choop. There you
Infinite
go.
saplings just distracting the Bloodseeker. He sees something woody and he just goes for it.
We are Groot, as
We
Dish
are
Prophet
Groot,
say.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
works out well. We're not going for a
bursting
stone
on the
hall,
street.
right? Arcane boots here?
Stonehawk, Arcane Boots
It's
is a
boots,
bit
yeah.
restrictive, but it is Arcane Boots, yeah.
Well,
It's a bit
if you're
restrictive
going
because
Summoner, Druid, Primordial, right? There's a lot of spellcasters in there.
I mean that's right, but my initial thought is essentially it would be more restrictive, especially if you want a tradition out, but might double down on the summoners. Might be his way to pull in Blaze. Seeing this, look at him. He already has two Beastmasters and a Bristleback on the board, so that'll be interesting to see down the line. But at the moment, it's just Bursting versus Memoring here. Again, a fellow opponent, and again, Prostolol is now officially punished. His lose streak is gone because he forced the draw. So
Bad luck.
that is gonna hurt. That is
Unlucky
really
Boy and
gonna hurt.
Prosto were the only forters? Yeah. He must have been.
Yeah, Endosito and Prosto are the only open fours left, and Prosto gets punished for it. Now his lose streak is gone. Doesn't even get a free roll. Doesn't get extra money either. And it's not like he has any money. He started at 13 gold that round as well. So
Oh,
forced
Blaze
to
is
sell down.
Blaze is at round 6, has Brawnies on board at a grand total of 0 kills.
Oof,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll have to see if that's going to turn around. I'm going to stick with bursting for the streak, but we'll check in
Right.
on that after.
We'll check back onto him, but 0 kills is a bit rough. Prostolol and Endosito still doing their jobs. Still open forting. But still, yeah, again, we'll see. Again, Prostolol, his gambit has been paying off because he wants to run, he wants to get the opportunity to get a good strategy going before starting the streak. But, I mean, we'll
Bursting.
see. Bursting will take that loss. Streak will be broken. Medium Bass will make his own streak go.
Knights. I think it was Knights. Yeah, Knights, Healer, and 4 units, right? Bursting had a big lobby of 3s, runs into one of the only other 4s on the board. We'll lose that streak at 5. So that means that Base is, he's in at 3 and 3, so he's not streaking. No, it is Base. Base is on a 3. He went 0-3, is now 3-0. So
Yeah.
we'll see how far Base can take this.
Mortel running a Bloodseeker comp here, at least an early game Bloodseeker comp. It's been a while since we've seen one of these, and for good reason, as it is not very good anymore. As you can see, Bloodseeker simply gets cleaned up, and Luna will take that win.
I think
Mortel will take
caveat.
6.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think the caveat there, though, is that it's not very good against knights. If this thing could,
Yeah.
those can clean up. Summons, those can clean up. Mages, those can clean up. Yeah, even spirits and hunters, but it will not clean up knights.
Absolutely. And Knights, I mean, it's good to be back. Luna being back in the Knights comp certainly just, just brought the strategy back to life. Absolutely. Luna is one of those units that is the foundation of the Alliance. And certainly when she came back, certainly brought the Alliance back from the dead like a zombie. And Prostolol is no longer open forwarding, and in fact, look at this. I mean, okay, Prostolol has done literally the same thing every round, but it has gotten him second place every single time. The question is, will he get punished for it this time? And we'll
Oof.
see. As he takes another big loss there, 7 damage.
The bigger thing for me is that the Legion Commander for base here won the duel, and then the Omni Knight won the duel as well. So that was 2 duel victories for base.
Yeah. A bit rough. The Omni Knight gets 8 dual damage as well because Prostolol's Omni was level 2. So 8 bonus damage. I mean, that adds up down the line, right? I mean, there'll be a
Sure.
unit that survives at like 5 HP and you see Omni Knight bonk it and you're like, what? And apparently that 8 dual damage was enough, you know? But regardless.
Ooh, Pike. This is what Immortal was looking for. He was looking for a Luna Pike. And now base
Well,
has
Immortal-
that option. He's thinking he's gonna go for
He
it.
picks it up.
That's a
Well, at the
9-kill
moment, I
Luna. 9-kill Luna in 9 rounds. Pretty good.
Well, at the moment, you'd rather have Bloodbound, right? It's 125. If maybe perhaps once Luna gets like
Mhm.
30 kills, I think, that's when you swap in, because then the Pike will give you flat more than the Bloodbound buff will down the line. But at the moment, just put on the Chaos Knight. Nothing, no, not a big deal there.
Nope.
We'll
not
be
a big
against
deal.
Blaze. And Blaze is running Hunters. Interesting. For his choice of final lobby as well.
And insects. Yeah. So hunters and insects has a bloodbound to run around, but there's so much AoE here, right? Like that Omni heal will get rid of a lot of those bugs again and again.
Yeah. And this Luna glaives. Oh my god, she missed the attack, and that was a bit
Boop.
rough. Chaos Knight.
Bop.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna say if he started just missing every hit, that would have been extremely sad, but it doesn't happen.
It's like
Medium Master
17%
get that.
chance to miss or something, right?
Each insect I think applies that diminishingly. So
20%.
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's only for
Still-
0.05 seconds. If your attack rate is faster than that, you'll get hit. If it's slower than that, there's a chance you don't even get.
Well, if
acquired
like
by
the
that.
insects stagger their attacks, you get that guaranteed, yeah. So it just depends. But regardless, didn't happen. So
Final round.
hypothetically,
These Underlords.
That's
We
it.
actually have every Underlord in this final round.
wow. No, actually, wait. Where's Anno? There it is.
It's gonna be
I was looking for Anno.
Poison Enno
Yeah.
with the Savage Summoners. Bursting gonna be going for the
Ooh.
stun to add some time for some stacks, and we'll see if
Yeah.
that works. Yeah.
Wow. And we get the 3-3-1 spread in the board, by the way. 3 Hobgoblin, 3 an E6, 1 Anno, 1 Jewel.
Every
So-
single one. Yeah.
Yeah, every single one. The gang's all here. We'll see who takes it this time. Legion Commander, again, for the side of Dendocito, actually, doing the Legion Commander strat as well. We'll get that win, but ironically will be stolen by Dendocito, but doesn't matter because you get... Oh my god, that is probably the saddest thing I've ever seen. The Enthrall stole Medium Bass's Legion Commander, then duels the Chaos Knight, then got one shot, so now Chaos Knight has extra 5 damage. That is actually the saddest thing I've ever seen.
5 damage duel on Chaos, 8 damage duel on Omni.
And 10 dual damage to Legion Commander, because Legion Commander won his duel before it got enthralled and died, then came back, dueled the Chaos Knight, then died again. So basically, he just buffed himself twice, Medium Bass did.
It's amazing.
So,
Amazing.
yeah,
This is
that's the challenge.
this is 7-0 in the streak for Medium Base. One more, and that will be streak complete. Reigning king for health in this last lobby with this 4-night rainbow.
yeah, Prosolo has stabilized. He hasn't lost HP since the last time we met him, I think. But yeah, regardless, has stabilized in terms of how much HP he's losing. Has the healers in the back as well to account for that. His Legion Commander as well doing a lot of work. The Legion Commander will pick off the Chaos Knight, will pick off the Omni here, but we'll see who is more superior. It looks like it will be the Luna for the side of Medium Bass. And again, Prosolo will be taking damage. And Prosolo, I mean, I give him a hard time for playing the safe strat every time, but if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, you're also in the Finols of a grand tournament that spanned
Yeah.
5 weeks. So
yeah, exactly.
if safe is gonna win, then boy, I'm gonna be going safe.
Exactly. If you've gotten second place every single time with it, might as well try it again. But again, I just the problem is that Bursting, Momoring, and Penka. I mean, Penka is a bit rough, but Bursting and Momoring, if they get top 2 with you, you have to win. And that is the struggle that Prosolo will have to face.
I'm on Immortel since the only current streaker right now with the streak complete there from base. This is a
Exactly.
magic Brute. Brute, I imagine, just simply because there's an Ogre Mage up front somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. At the moment, it looks like Immortel and Momoring have the same idea. Make mages down the line. But it's not going to be favoring Momoring this time unless
many
the friendly
bombs.
fire clears up. So many bombs. It's carpet bombs straight up, but Primordials are on the field, and luckily for Momoring, he has more of
The
those.
heck is
so
this?
he'll get that.
Some kind of random shadow work going on there. Yeah, you don't know whose bombs are whose when that happens. But who's
Yeah,
the other
it's
Brute?
just-
Oh, it's a Treant Protector. Okay. That's the other Brute. I was like, is there a life story here somewhere? Didn't see it. You don't want to go Stonehall, I don't think. No, you re-rolls. Wristful could work out really well.
Silver Edge is much better. Attack speed and the break is efficient.
How about you put a Wristful on the Ogre Mage? He just runs around slapping people. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it didn't happen. It's fine. Oh, because probably... no, even the Wristful with a Shadow Fiend probably wouldn't interfere with each other. But... say the
No,
word.
you would silence the Shadow Fiend. if
Right,
that
but
were the
Shadow
case.
Fiend's not going to cast within 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Just not favoring it, I guess. Just keeping his options open again.
Yeah.
Preferring the Silver Edge. Will be against Frostolol. Frostolol is gonna try and deal with this. Again, his Knight strategy has been working so far. Might be working against Legion Commanders completely uncontested. And forces a duel before Lone Druid summons a bear. So this will be his win. Friendly Fire, I don't think will do much. Does a lot of damage, actually. But imagine if that bear was alive. That would have been a different story, unfortunately.
And
For Immortel, that is not the case.
I don't think it would have been a winning story, but you know, a few extra stars knocked off would
I
have been
mean,
nice.
a root on the bear may have changed that. Definitely the duel, especially with the Lone Druid. But
Fair.
didn't happen. Again, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
It-
As Brussels takes that win again.
It's a little weird for me to see mages with brutes and bloodbound. That's
I know, right?
but whatever
It's so
works,
strange.
right? Yeah, just use it to transition into your mages at the end with your warlocks, and all will be well. Unlucky Boy is streaking 69, nice. Has himself an ogre cap as well. 2-star. LC, 2 trolls, 4 knights, so it's shaping up. There's 3 rainbows, and he's one of them here today.
Absolutely. Speaking of druids here bursting, has a 3-star Nature's Prophet, probably from the druid buff, and we'll see if the summoners can do enough here. Remember, the front line has to be pummeled forward. Legion Commander builds are very good at that, and Thrall steals the Slardar here. Yellow Steps are gonna keep the Chaos Knight out of the fight for a little bit, but I'm not sure for how long. As the Eno in the back trying to do some bothering damage. Legion Commander gonna get picked off here, unable to heal because of that poison from Eno. Remember, poison from Eno reduces your healing capacity. And that was, in fact, enough, as Edosito will take 9, break his streak, and as one streak falls, another rises. Penka 77 now on a streak with his mage. Spirit composition, Spirit Gang, rise up.
Hey, look, spirits with Ember Spirit. Lol, W. I'm just leave that little nugget right there. So there are 3 rainbows, as we said. This is the only spirits here. We'll stick with Penka to see what's up. But yeah, Bursting is leading with those Savage Summoners yet again.
Immortel against Penka 77 here is I mean, the Snapfire in the front line there, just getting the Mortimer's kisses off is very nice. The Delta Slime as well, gonna connect on a lot of units. The Bloodseeker's a bit spooky though. If it gets a wind of a Sword Spirit, it will get picked off. The bombs, it just dodges everything. In fact, it literally jukes all of the bombs.
That was
what
great.
It literally juked all of the bombs. Before it connect, it just moved away. That was actually so
amazing.
annoying to watch for Penka 77. As Bloodseeker just decides, nah, I'll just juke everything. Like,
I'm just gonna
I
do
know it was
a
like
lap
Deadeye to
around the
something.
rune.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Deadeye to something, but it looked like it was juking. That was probably the most, like, it just turned into Alpha Zero real quick.
Devs
just
controlling
super
the
AI
unit,
did.
obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
Prosto though, 47 HP.
Yeah, let's watch Prosto. Let's watch Prosto.
Prosto 47 HP. I mean, consistent is good, but it's a bit rough right now. I'm hoping this luck turns around for him. The Bloodseeker now gonna try and do some damage here, of course, with the mage's buff. Perhaps the Legion Commander has a bigger opportunity here to deal with it. Barut comes next on the Omni Knight, but the heal is so well done because of all of these heal bombs, all of these consistent heals. The Auto Blast and the Friendly Fire as well may kill off the Legion Commander as long as one more bomb connects, and it will. But the Warlock buff may be doing it as enough heal comes through and Prosto takes it. As there's not enough damage on the side of Immortel, or at least not enough burst damage to kill off Prostol's Legion Commander.
You would think with the Coddle and a Friendly Fire there might be enough. That's just an immediate Vlad pickup for Prostol. But it just wasn't nearly the oomph it needed. This is a 2-star LC wandering around with 3, now 4 Trolls. So no Warlord, but everything else is now slotted in. 2 Warlock, 3 Knight, and it's not a Bloodseeker, no, it's a Blood Cap. So the Blood Cap in front. The Warlock is the sacrifice. It's literally just there to make sure that this Troll Witch Doctor can kind of do its work. But what do you think about that? Like, having this Warlock out front as a sacrifice is worth more for the caps than the buff it can bring?
I mean, the Warlock also applies the Warlock buff, right? I mean, you're letting it die.
Right,
is
but it
not
dies
even
immediately and does nothing else for the game.
that I mean, if it gives you a bonus damage, so be it, right? Especially for the likes of Legion Commander, who really loves that. Death Slam number 1 will connect, hit almost everything. There is no Koto for Penka 77, so unfortunately not the case there, but Friendly Fire might connect. Remember, Legion Commander is the biggest enemy, numero uno, as he's trying to do as much, but Crystal Maiden is too bothered. Frostbite may turn it, but goes on the Golem! Oh my god, Maiden, what is wrong with you? Jesus, again, just a little bit of unlucky factors there as Crystal Maiden decides to Frostbite a dead Golem rather than a Legion Commander.
The AI on Crystal Maiden doesn't impress me a lot. I don't know if it's a random minion within range or what, but it frequently just targets a useless person.
As far as I've seen, it frostbites the target it's currently attacking, regardless of HP. So it says, "Oh, I'm attacking this guy, so I'll just frostbite him, even though he's literally about to die."
All right.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Prostolo has stabilized. We're gonna go down to Unlucky Boy, the other LC Rainbow. Only 2 Troll, but 4 Knight for the front line.
Yeah, and the Sita will be fighting Medium Bass here, who has a solid composition going into this round. But Legion Commander versus Legion Commander is quite the battle, and you can already see that one side favors more than the other. Medium Bass looks like we'll be losing this, has Medusa in the back. Stone Gaze, the opposing side, just slowing down attack speed is more than enough, as well as a Thrall. Stealing that opposing Legion Commander will take that win. Unlucky will deal 16 damage to Medium Bass, and Bursting takes 8 in the meantime.
And Penka took a hit there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Momo is dropping his spirits. Wait, there's 2 spirits? There are 2 spirits!
There are 2 spirits. There are 2 ghosts.
2 spirits with double magic and triple magic, double human. But Momo coming down this low, Momo's 3rd place right now in this lobby. Because he has 34 points coming into this. If Momo goes out first, there is a lot of chance for Penka, Educito, and Bursting to overtake him in the points.
Exactly. I mean, with 2 spirits in the game, they're just a paranormals, and in fact, they will be fighting each other here as 2 Earth Spirits versus this Spirits composition of Penka 77 also being engaged. Counter Blast gonna be absorbed by the barricade. It is the Delta Slam's actually being traded, but both sides barely doing enough damage, and it looks like Mooring will be losing this one. Delta Slam's trading, and Friendly Fire gonna miss because nothing is on the board. Everything's being Delta Slam. This is like at my animes, as they're just fighting back and forth. There's still triple Delta Slam still available as long as the Earth Spirit uses an ability, but it's too busy attacking a taunt unit. What was that from the Earth Spirit? Just didn't do anything. The Earth Spirit for the side of Mooring, not going to do enough.
Edges closer towards death here in the final round. Okay. A little bit of shifting around. 61 health, medium base, leading with his Rainbow, Immortal, 2nd with 6 magic, Bursting 3rd with 4 Summoner, 4 Savage, and then it's just kind of goes downhill from there all the way down here to Momo, who has done remarkable work today, but is forced into this Ember Spirit and didn't get rid of it for a Void for now.
I just want to point out how close this lobby is. Nobody's at green anyway. This is such a close fight at the moment. Mooring against Bursting here. Bursting at 54 HP. That's Slam number 1. Connects on everything. That was so painful. Absolutely decimating a lot of the HP pools of his opposing side. Mooring doing a lot. Delta Slam number 2 not going to be as efficient, but still the Friendly Fire is going to connect. And I think that one Delta Slam that swept the nation was more than enough here as Eno gets face blasted with an Explosivo just to seal the deal.
He's not out. He's definitely not out yet. He takes 7 from Bursting. Immortal down to the 40s. We got Prostolol taking a pretty big hit from Unlucky Boy, now on a streak. This puts Prostolol as our first red. This has to be a Black King Bar. Yeah, it is. It's a Black King Bar for Momo. But we will hop back over to the Eye of Scotty pickup. 4 Prostolol, 4 Knights, 4 healers, double Troll, and 2 humans in there as well. This LC, where did the Scotty even go? Went to the Necrophos? This is becoming do or die time.
Yeah, Penka 77 blazed and Mooring all in. I mean, rather, Blaze and Mooring all in to hit level 9, level 8. Even understanding they're at the bottom, they literally, okay, listen, they literally only have to place higher than Prostolol. So if Prostolol goes out last, they have free reign to literally just be above each other, right? Penka 77, Mooring, and Blaze had that luxury. Prosolo actually fighting Momoring. Momoring, this is his opportunity to do as much damage as possible to Prosolo. Prosolo, we'll see if he is able to sustain. Dental Slam number 1 gonna land on a lot of units. The duel is gonna get silenced, but the Cauldron Blast might connect and pop a lot of units. It will not, but the Dental Slam will secure them. The Friendly Fire gonna try and kill off as many units as possible. Friendly Fire now gonna leave the Legion Commander alive. Gonna Frostbite. Finally, the Frostbite does something, but the Spirit, the Delta Slam does not either. The Frostbite gonna finally expire, and the Legion Commander breaks free. Delta Slam number 2 is gonna try. The Legion Commander, he is the enemy number 1. He is the raid boss, but an E6 heals him. He's still alive. He's still fighting back. The bolt is not enough. It's not close enough. At 92 HP, Prosolo takes it barely against Momoring. As my god, that was so close. Momoring is not able to deal damage at all, however, as Prosolo stays in the fight.
I guess we're just going to keep swapping back and forth between them, but we have 3 people down here in the bottom. Momo at 30, Prosto at 32, Blazed at 33. Hey, this sounds familiar because those are the top 3 players coming into this match.
Yeah, the only player, Penka77 is at the 4th position, and he's number 1 right now. He is, we say he's number 1, but look at the disparity of the match. It's round 22, and look at how close the HP pools are looking. One wrong fight, and he can turn drastically, as Momoring will be fighting Unlucky Boy here with a Medusa. We'll see if that affects anything here, as the Commander going to be in the front line, going to do as much damage as possible. That's Slam number 1, going to dodge the Earth Spirit, going to make it survive. That's Slam number 2 maybe coming inbound here. The Earth Spirit will be saved, as he is almost about to be eliminated. In fact, it looks like Endosita will be unable to do anything because Cold Blast going to clear it, and it's just Omni Knight left, and that will be a lot of damage. Unlucky Boy takes 18. Quite unlucky there. Possible in the meantime fighting Immortal. Immortal versus Possible. Possible takes 9 damage as well, as he also goes down. Blaze and Medium Bass still engaging in mortal combat. Not so much inherent here. Blaze has to keep fighting, and in fact will take this win against Medium Bass, as Luna dropped 13 damage to Medium Bass. Penka77 and Bursting's fight ends as well, and Bursting takes a bit. And look at how close this lobby is. This is so close to each other. 23 to 50. Only Penka77 really secure, but one wrong fight, and it will swing harder than an underdog.
I guess we're sticking with Unlucky then. Unlucky Boy coming in at 5th with 30 points is now at the bottom of this at round 23. He's really got to hope that this Troll Warlord can kind of help things out with this LC comp.
Unlucky versus Medium Bass here. Unlucky gonna try and push forward, trying to do as much damage as possible. He needs to survive this. Unlucky, if he wants a chance to be first place, he has to place higher than 8, and we all know this. The Sven gonna God straight another duel, gonna be traded. Look at this, just a position. The Legion Commander gonna try and push forward, trying to kill Luna. In the meantime, Unlucky Boy actually gonna manage to enthrall the opposing side. Medium Bass actually loses his Legion Commander, and we'll get the duel off. And look at this, 2 Legion Commanders versus 1 Necrophos and 1 an E6, and this might be it for Medium Bass. We'll take 14 damage. Roaring will take a bit of damage as well from Immortal. In the meantime, Blaze takes 21, and Prosolo drops to 3. 3 HP to Dream. Prosolo, remember, we praise it for being consistent. We say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you twist the cog a little bit too hard, you will shatter the clock. And Prosolo is now on the bubble at 3 HP, and so consistently second place. Will perhaps concede the throne now that his beloved Legion Commander strat is just not working this lobby. It's just not enough. Prosolo versus Blaze. We'll see how this goes. Blaze may... Remember, this is Blaze. Blaze is the top 4. If Blaze is able to eliminate Prosolo here, all hell breaks loose, because that leaves the crown open, and Easy gets hooked in, gets picked off before Enthrall, and that would be devastating. The Terribly gonna metamorphosize, but the Soul Gaze as well shuts down the Anesix. Anesix isn't dead yet. She might be able to go up. No, she gets goes down. So does the Jewel. The heal go. The Medusa gonna try and do as much damage as possible. Legion Commander still alive. The healer in the back trying to keep her alive. This is the main win condition, but Marone in the back trying to pierce them through. The Legion Commander still uncontested in the front line, trying to burst down the Mask of Madness, as well as the Draw Ranger gonna pick off every healer. It's just Legion Commander versus 3 units, and Shadow Demon still has Demonic Purge in another 5 seconds. He needs to keep going. He needs to keep going. It's not enough. Prosolo will go out in 8th place, and he will not be able to take this anymore. Second place, 8th place, as Prosolo will not be able to ride his Legion Commander build to victory.
We have so many flashing red here because there's not that many people just kind of towering over him at this point. Medium base 14, Blaze 21, Momo Ring 22, Unlucky Boy 23, Immortal 26. Somebody finally brought Penka down from the 50s, but this could have went any way. And Prosta Law at 0 points, I think, earned this round, is almost guaranteed out of money range.
He is, no, in fact, I'm pretty sure he is. Literally anybody, Penka 77, I mean, as long as anybody else in the top 4 gets a higher placing, they are guaranteed to be better placement. So, again,
base.
it's just the top 3 now on this field. Now, medium bass versus bursting. Bursting will have to try and fight back here. Bursting gonna have to try and eliminate as many people as possible. Get him further ahead in terms of points here, as medium bass is trying to fall apart here because Sven is trying to do as much damage, but gets rooted, gets picked off here. Legion Commander on the right hand side. Remember, Legion Commander is the main damage dealer, but he's getting focused down. A lot of units. We are Groot. We are an army. Just summon so many bears and so many roots, but the Legion Commander is still alive. Lone Druid is not even focusing it down, but Eno's gonna pick that off. The bear is trying to 1v3, and in fact, it will get 2 pickoffs, but it's not enough. Eno will have to do this by his lonesome, and I don't think it's enough. Perhaps medium bass will just be trying to get enough kills, but the heal bomb is enough. Medium bass will survive. 9 damage applies to bursting, and bursting will take that as punishment. Blaze drops to 15, and Momorin drops to 15. Oh my god, the 2 more. Remember, Momorin and Blaze, they're part of the top 3 medium bass. It's a 3-star Omni Knight. In the meantime, remember, if Blaze or Momorin goes out, then Penka got it.
This is a Bloodthorn Sven, Knight beside a Mechanism on an Omni Knight. Oh, Omni Knight actually now getting damage on top of things. We have everybody on a heartbeat except Penka, and you can tell that everybody's hearts are beating fast here.
Exactly, medium bass right now against Memoring. Remember, one Queen Sweep will end it. The Bloodthorn as well on the Void Spirit actually shuts it down immediately. Another Spirit's already dead. The Coral trying to do as much damage, but it goes fires the wrong way. And Memoring, this is it. There's not enough damage. There's no way. The Sword Spirit is dead. The Frostbite is not enough. And this is it for Memoring. His reign to attempt first place is over, as Immortel is still in the game. Blaze is still in the game, and Penka is still in the game. As right now, it is now between Blaze and Penka.
Oh
Penka
no,
just 11 damage.
Blaze!
So Blaze goes down. Penka 77 is now numero uno. He is the #1 priority to getting first place as Blaze collapses inwards. But it's not over with the top 4 remaining on Penka 77. This means that for 5th place and 6th place have a chance. If Penka 77 goes out in 5th or 4th, as long as the 5th or 4th place still exists, Penka 77 can still lose this. All he has to do is place top 3, and he has a very high chance of remaining and being crowned the winner here, as our top 3 went out bottom 3. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Medium Bass will be fighting Bursting, though Bursting, we'll see how he does against Medium Bass. Remember, he will see how much damage it does. Right now, Ravage will connect, try and do as much damage as possible. Again, Knights v Knights. Eno versus an E6, who will be a superior Underlord in this matchup. We will see as the Dragon Knight trying to do as much damage as he can. Breathe Fire on the Knight 3-star, trying to heal bomb as much as possible. The Abaddon also Phonic shields the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight, a lot of damage here. As Sven on the right-hand side with the Legion Commander trying to do as much possible with the duel. And the Rage, God Strength, gonna do enough here as Bursting will lose this round. 17 damage goes his way. Immortel drops to 3, and Penka 77 survives against Immortel.
An Immortal down at 3 health. Like, he's basically right on the edge. Immortal at 3, Bursting at 9. We have 3 players at round 28 with 10 units on the board, and we're not looking for anything else. Like, Bursting, he's sitting at 20 gold, but there's no way that he even has any mentality to get to 10 units at this point, and that's just like a sad state of affairs for both Base and Bursting. They are fighting upwards for their placements, and placements are key right here, right now.
Immortel versus Bursting here. At the moment, we'll see who places on top here. This is a grudge match versus Bursting versus Immortel. One of them will fall here. Ravage will connect on the side. of Bursting, trying to shut down as many units as possible. The Burrow Strike already used, the Morphling is already waveformed twice, the Call of Blast barely did anything because it got stunned in the middle of it. That's a big disaster. Immortel will be unable to do enough. Friendly Fire doesn't do that much damage, and he will go out. Pekka 77 drops to 2 HP as well. And again, remember, if he goes out 4th place, everyone else has the chances. Immortel was 5th place, so he will go out Bursting, I believe. Will still have an opportunity. This is so dangerous right now.
Base.
Checking the scoreboard right now. Medium Base goes out. Medium Base was 7th place. No, it's not over. Bursting will, I think that secures Pekka 77 the win here. I need to check.
Penka is still
No.
alive, and Penka was 4th coming into
Okay.
this.
No.
Bursting.
I just checked the math.
Bursting was 6th, and Unlucky was
Okay.
5th. So 4, 5, and 6 from the
Okay,
placements are still alive.
I just confirmed it. Looking at the math, if Pekka 77, as long as he doesn't get 3rd place, will, I think... Oh, this is so close. I can't even tell
So
anymore.
this is do or
I
die.
need to
This is do or die for
This
Penka.
is do or die. Penka has to get 1st place here to guarantee a victory. There's no way. He's gonna have to pray that Bursting loses if he does go out 3rd. He hits the 3-star Storm Spirit. We'll see if this is enough against Unlucky Boy. Unlucky Boy at 23 HP. He's gonna have to pray for a miracle here as the Legion Commander build is very devastating. The Legion Commander gonna try to push forward, kills the Void Spirit instantly. Void Spirit number 1 gonna come out. Dissimulate number 1 comes through. That'll slap number 1 gonna do as much damage as possible. Order Kiss is also gonna apply. The Spirit gonna try and do as much damage as possible. Bouncing back and forth. The Lich already gonna try and do that. Sword Spirit gonna bounce back and forth. Gonna be the only Spirit left. In fact, Friendly Fire gonna connect. The Sword Spirit will have to do too much here, but gets 1 shot. No! Bursting! Because it goes down! Which means it's now Unlucky versus Bursting. Bursting, he has to get 1st place now. Bursting, if he gets 1st place, will take this. Same with Edocito. Edocito and Bursting, this is their moment to shine. Both, I believe, nobody in the top 4 can now take it. Pekka 77 has not gained enough points. Either Edocito or Bursting will take this as long as they take this lobby. This is so dangerous.
23 health on Unlucky Boy. 10 units versus 10. Bursting sitting at 9. It's basically do or die, and it's going to be Knights versus Savage, Summoner, Druid, 4-scale comp coming out of Bursting.
An army versus a knights, chivalry, the round table versus a bunch of Groots. We will see Legion Commander gonna get duel off. He instantly picks off the Legion Commander. The Tusk and the Lycan in the back line. The Mirana gonna jump to the back forward. The Lycan throw, as well as the Thunderhide, gonna do as much damage as possible. The Nation Prophet gonna summon some Sprouts. Gonna do a lot here, but Bursting, he doesn't have enough damage just to kill the Legion Commander as fast as possible. The zombie's gonna make it a bit difficult, but it's not enough. The Swarm is just coming. Inocito might take this. There's not enough damage for Bursting, and he will lose. Pekka 77 lost to Bursting, but Bursting just doesn't have enough versus Unlucky Boy's composition. And Unlucky Boy will take 1st place, and we'll have to wait to see what the scoreboard is looking like, ladies and gentlemen. Who takes it here? Because I think it's too close to call.
Well, okay, let's just do quick placements, right? Prostolo came in at 36, gets 0. Momo coming in at 34, gets 0. Blaze comes in at 35, gets 0. So that means that the people to beat is Penka at 33, went out in 3rd place, will get some points. Idosito, who wins, was sitting at 30. So if he can make up the 3-point difference plus whatever Penka gets from 1st place, he is the winner. He will get home the lion's
Idosito
share
takes it.
of the 250. And the scoreboard that you just clearly destroyed, he wins.
Spoiled.
He wins.
Sorry, reveal the scoreboard. Yeah, in fact, Edicito has oh my god, Edicito has clutched it. Pekka 77, again, as I mentioned, Bursting or Edicito would have taken it as long as they took 1st place. And Pekka 77, if he didn't go 3rd, literally, if he just didn't go 3rd, he would have had it in his claws. But it's not meant to be, as he went out 3rd. And again, you can look how close it was. Prosto, Memoring, and Blaze, they were the top 4, but going last, going bottom 3, suffered so devastatingly. And again, them going out so early just cracked open the entire game. And congratulations to Edocito clutching it out for the last game. He better change his name from Unlucky to Lucky Boy, because certainly
The Lucky
that
Boy.
final lobby turned the tides of war, because he definitely is a lucky boy, managing to clutch it out here by 3 points.
3 points is all you need, man. Between 1st and 3rd, it was enough to put you on the board. 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 1st. If you ain't 1st, you're last, and that last 1st get him into the big lion's share of the $250 pot that we have here today. Penka and Bursting, I believe, will also go home with cash. But for the rest, it was a good effort. It was well done. And what a last round to fall flat on your face on. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, if your second place is first last, as they all say, as again, Edocido taking it away from the top 4, they were so close, and just not getting a high enough placement, it just wasn't enough. Again, just consistency. I mean, Postillo probably my biggest surprise ever, right? I expected him fully to get a decent placement to secure his victory, but went out flat 8th. He went out flat 8th.
Wasn't even close. Yeah.
It wasn't even close. He got obliterated. Nobody. That was my biggest surprise of the entire tournament. Goes from 2 to 8, and I did
Just
not
a bad
see that
day, man.
coming.
Just a bad round. Bad round. That's all it was. Just a bad
Exactly.
round.
That's all it takes, right?
We had 2
Even the
spirits,
most-
2 rainbows, 1 summoner. Too much. It was too much.
Listen, everyone was pulling their random rabbits out of the hats, right? They were like, okay, do we play normally this round? Hell no, we want first place. And in fact, everybody went for it. Everyone went for the strategies that not necessarily cheese, but they're designed to specifically slay certain squads. And for instance, again, the Spirit Squad, they're very good at dealing with the Legion Commander strats just because of how many times they're invulnerable and how fast they go around.
The AoE
But
is
again,
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The AoE is ridiculous, and unfortunately, Penka tried it. He tried it. He got 3rd place. He was going for the all-in, but going in for the broke, lost to Summoners, which is unfortunate.
One last time, here's the final scores as we are done and wrapping up. Edocito, congratulations, 125 USD coming your way. Penka, 77, taking home 2nd with 75, and Bursting to go home with 50 in their pockets. So GG, well played. Thank you so much for the top 32 and everybody for playing the rounds. 5-week season. You know, it is rather difficult, almost like herding cats, but our admins were on top of it. The players were good. A few bumps along the way, but overall, good, orderly fun. So GG, well played. Blue, going Rap God today. I think you went Super Saiyan a few times there. Blue Sapphire 04 out there. You do streaming, you do commentary. We are always much blessed to have you on the mic here, sir.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate casting with you as well. Forecourt Jester, absolutely on top of it as well with the production. I couldn't do that. I would try, but I doubt I'll be any better. So again, I'm just amazing work. Anyways, again, that was season 6 of the Grand Finols.
Yeah, the
and
Grand
what
Finals.
a last lobby it was. A last lobby it was.
If you don't understand what the Finols are, shame on you if you're a Dota Underlords fan. But big love to our admin team. They keep this train going with no breaks. It's really fun and refreshing. Of course, Underlords Pro team here as well. Of course, we put on tournaments. We can put on your tournament. You're looking to get into the Sphere, hit us up. Join the Discord. Get involved. Talk to the players. But Zex, one of our heads, Asian Dum Bum, you guys doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the background. We got Robin Roll Gaming, Gear Snap out there as well. So this is the grease that keeps the wheels rolling. So GG, well played. Thank you again, Blue. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. Congratulations to the players. We're done. We're out of the season. We have announcements in the Discord probably in the next week for more from us. So hit that button, hit the follow, and of course, thanks for the anonymous subs, all the follows today, and you guys for showing up. GG, well played. We'll see you next season.